Yeah.
Yo.
We are back.
Back in the building.
There we go.
On a mash train still.
I knew that's what you was playing over there.
Yeah, man. Come on, man.
How am I sounding, guys?
Head back.
Great.
Yes, yeah.
I can't
all the way back
I
there.
can't take Chrissy's word for it. I feel weird over here, but safety first, innit?
Yeah, you're mad far.
Because if I sneeze on you, you're finished.
God forbid.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure I'm liking this distance.
You get withdrawal symptoms, bro.
Yeah, man.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
Sorry, man.
Oh, I love that for you guys.
Chrissy's hating because you're like, I'm next to you. I am every weekend.
Do you know what? The one time we were talking about skin, Donnie's off camera.
Oh, you saying I've done this by design?
I'm screaming. Are you an art? Are you an
The
art?
irony, I did do a face mask on Sunday and that.
Nah, man, you're looking fresh, innit?
Thank
Like
you,
they're
man.
missing, like, you know, the melanin on the pod.
Oh, you got men
Yeah.
to the right of you, bro. Just,
Yeah, no, absolutely. We got the
If in doubt, bear right. Just
yeah.
yeah.
Man.
I'm happy to be back. Everyone's looking good. Chrissy, your face is shining,
Thank
man.
you.
Me and Chrissy were on time today as well. Just a light shade, but you know,
Get out your umbrella.
yeah, we had to be here and it's set up and stuff. So I'm happy we're here. Mon's in the building. I know she's waiting for us to introduce her. When did you come last? It was
It's a while ago. It's age.
2018.
Pre-pandemic for sure.
Was it pre-pandemic?
Yeah.
You're right, because Sosa was still with us.
Yeah.
So it was pre-pandemic.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that was ages ago. But now
Been a minute, man.
Full circle.
This is why you got to be outside. Because when you're outside, small, you can just pull up on someone. Hey, nice to
Stick
see.
up.
Gun compartment. Nice to see you. What are you doing on Tuesday?
It was really like that.
It was
Yeah,
fun.
it was.
No, but we saw you last year. We had the party.
Oh, that was fun.
Yeah, we had a good
That was
time.
good.
Different settings though, but yeah,
Yeah.
we had a good time though.
Yeah, nah, when you're outside, you see people, innit?
No, do you know what it is, yeah? Before we do a proper intro, I think that's something creatives have to kind of navigate as well. Other people deal with different things, scheduling. If you're maybe a bit socially awkward or anxious, there is a bit of like having to be outside for you to get a little bit further or get where you need to get to.
Yeah, man. Like when you're visibility, innit? It's annoying sometimes because like sometimes you're just not bothered.
Yeah.
Okay,
But
superstar.
you know,
What did you say, Chris?
I said, okay, superstar. So I
Don't,
can't
don't,
go to the
don't
shop.
do that. This guy almost had a panic attack when someone said hello to her after.
Let's relax.
So for our listeners, it was at the 90s Baby live show. We're outside about to go home.
Shouts 90s
Bearing in-
Baby.
Yeah, shouts out 90s Baby. Bearing in mind, me and Vans are standing right next to Chrissy. So this is true Chrissy hive. The person come up, by the way, I love you, Chrissy. And he ran off.
she was like, ah.
Let's not do
I'm
all that because I
like,
didn't scream.
huh?
These are Vans standing right there. So that's the power of Chrissy right there.
I
Chrissy
didn't
Hive.
scream. Can
Yeah.
we just clarify that, please? I didn't scream.
You did know you screamed for
I
sure.
didn't scream.
You know, I'm going to put extra sauce on the story.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Even
The
if you
flinch
didn't
was
scream,
like extra Finchley.
Just say you hate me.
I don't.
No, just say it.
that agenda can't run, bro. We
Yeah,
love you
like,
over here.
do you know what I mean? Every day, like, oh, just say you hate me, or you want me
You want me
dead.
dead? Yeah, you do.
He's actually very much alive, bro. Like,
But
glowing
shout
in
out
that.
to that shout out
lady.
to that listener. Yeah.
I think the person
I didn't
DM'd us,
catch her
so shouts
name.
out to you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Hey.
And so I met someone at the bar as well. So I always say, those few people, a handful of people that actually big you up, don't get twisted. There's more people in the venue. They just maybe don't know how to come and say hello or feel a bit weird.
Foles said the guy was Harlem shaking.
I didn't say all that.
Tell us more.
Man's a bad joke. I didn't say that, bro.
Tell us more.
What did you say? What did you
I didn't
say?
say that.
So one of the listeners
No,
came
I
up
didn't say all that. I didn't say all that. I didn't say all that. These are the things that make people go, oh, you know, I used to fuck with him. But now, you're putting sauce on the
Do
story.
you know what? Yeah, I am putting sauce on the story, and obviously, I'm always appreciative of anyone that comes
Yeah.
up to us.
Big
you know,
facts.
because I know that we are in a stush city anyway.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know what I'm
This is
saying?
the land
Like,
of stushness.
Yeah, so like when you actually have people coming up to you and saying that they appreciate what you do and they listen weekly. Yeah, obviously, like, you know, but sometimes jokes have to run.
Oh, no. These jokes are around.
Yeah, man, you got to get these jokes off.
Yeah. It's a must. Chris is out here having panic attacks outside.
I'm easily
How are you standing
startled.
next to me and Vans getting scared? Like, we should be offended.
Nah, she jumped high like Drew Hill.
Can you?
Tell me what you want.
You good?
Wow.
You know what's so funny about them old school videos, yeah? The big Don, yeah? He ain't hitting the same, like...
But he was quite high though.
Go back. Okay.
You said he hasn't got the same velocity as the rest.
Yeah, he ain't got the
He ain't
same
got the
spring.
springboard.
No, okay, don't count. There was one video where he flew in it, but after about 4 hops, Ronnie's like, you know what, I'm going to stand and sing. Cause he's got one of the better voices in the crew, innit?
Yeah,
So,
but he can't like do a front flip and then sing straight after like
that's a lot
Cisco.
though, bro.
But
The only
isn't
way Chris
Cisco
Brown was doing that was
4'12"?
on cocaine, bruv. Like we said
Cisco
earlier.
is close to the ground, so
Yeah,
We say this
it's easier.
yeah,
With low
easier
center
for him.
gravity.
Yeah.
fair.
Agile.
Why are you looking at me directly when you say this? I feel like you want to say something, innit?
Because if I wanted to say something, I would have said it.
Oh.
Conscience speaking.
Mon's here, can we all get along?
Yeah,
Right
absolutely.
then.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, hashtag Offthecuffpod.
Come on.
We are back. A good honest conversation never hurt anyone.
Yes.
If you're listening for the first week, my name is Fols Forever.
I'm Mr. Vans.
Shouts out to the Chrissy Hive.
Chrissy Hive.
Hey.
And we'll reintroduce her. Monroe's here.
Yes.
Looking all lovely and ginger.
Thank you.
There we go.
Switch it up, you know?
Yeah, listen, it works, man. It's the season, man.
Confuse people.
Oh, yeah.
Like, is it her? Isn't her?
That's what you need from your babe. Change your hairstyle every 2 days. Make me feel like I'm cheating.
Exactly.
Yeah, you want a new thing? New wig.
You know what? You want a new babe? Here's a new week.
I could be Veronica, Felicia, Tammy, Sarah, Joan. What do you need? A little iris.
Bare wigs up on the,
Yeah.
on the
Bro,
wall.
you wake up in the night, you look, you say, "Rah, bare wigs up there." But it does the trick, man.
Yeah, what do you want tonight?
Blue.
Oh.
Let's go.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Stay
And
ready.
then next
so let's get
Saturday,
ready.
I need a pink wig.
Let's go.
Okay, cool. I'm happy to know that you're ready to cater to your man, knowing it. So
On
you're
the
not beating
Destiny's
his
Child,
pick me charges.
On a Destiny's Child type of vibe.
Bro, you know, this is why the man are funny. Ask any guy, yeah, their top 3 Destiny's Child song, yeah, cater to you has to be in there.
That is such a pick-me song.
It is.
Sorry.
Pick
But we
Yeah.
need it
Do you
though.
know what? Like when it first dropped, I never heard this noise.
No, but it's later on. You know,
Yeah.
revisionist history.
When I
Yeah.
realised-
Where the women are grown up now. When they were teenagers at first, it sounded all nice. But then
Tie your do-rag.
they met niggas.
You don't have hands
Take
again.
his shoes off for him.
Tie a shoestring.
Well, after a long day, you wouldn't take off your man's shoes.
No.
Take off the little cufflink.
Okay, maybe a little cufflink, yeah, I can do. Like,
I told you, Chris, you're not beating these charges.
Do you know one thing you said, yeah, that has stuck with me?
Go on.
One time you told me I was picking cotton in the pick me garden.
Did I really say that?
Yeah, you did.
I think I outdid myself that week. That's a pod classic right there.
Every
Is that,
once in
it's
a while,
Mon.
I'm
Okay,
just
Mon.
like,
Look at me. Was that a lot?
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
It
lot.
was a lot.
I'm
Not going to
proud-
help put
I'm
on
proud
the
of that
do-rag
one.
now. You're not on that vibe.
Maybe a little do-rag and a cufflink, but off in your canvas.
As long as you're not brushing my way backwards like Nicki Minaj
yeah.
with Deirdre Meek Mill, we're good.
She hated him.
Yeah, she did.
That's when we knew.
I mean, right
Nah,
so.
untying the Converse must be peak. Do you know how many laces that you have to?
Nothing is worse than coming home from a night out, yeah, trying to take off blazers. Remember the night SB blazers?
Yeah.
Bro, many a shoe, yeah, I've fucked up by just doing that
Look at the
off
strength.
the back. That's not strength, that's me being drunk.
I
Yeah.
was trying to, well,
Trying to gas me up.
yeah.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you. Chrissy, man, listen, we need to get along this week, man. It's love, man.
Yeah.
Jesus is risen, man.
Yeah.
Easter.
Yeah.
I said
Happy
I like
Easter
your
to
turban
those, you know,
earlier.
celebrating
Oh, yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah, and shout out to everyone, Ramadan as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
People are saying that the streets are not as fun as because the Muslims are indoors, innit? That's what the streets are saying, innit? So, like, can you like guys hurry up and get to Eid, innit? Because we need you back outside.
They got to wait for the days to pass.
I mean, we're on the clock.
Hey, listen, man. Like, it's their spiritual month.
No, it is. It is.
Head and bask in it.
No, shout out to them because it takes a lot of discipline. Because
Yeah.
Yeah, not me, boy.
When is it? Is it in like 10 years or something that Eid and Christmas is linking up at the same time? And also, I think there's a Jewish holiday.
what, Super Sunday?
Yeah. There's like,
Watch the throne.
yeah. Like, it's going to be mad. Like, all of them like run on the same.
Or like a multiverse.
Yeah.
Okay.
Isn't something like that happening this year where it's Easter, Ramadan,
Passover.
and another, yeah, they all fall
All-
within the
Yeah.
same
Yeah.
month?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
may the best God win.
Chill.
I hear it. No, but I'm off camera. Sorry, man. I'm off camera,
I'm not even
so.
laughing with
Fair
you.
enough.
But everyone have a good bank holiday weekend.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, we started the podcast by bigging up the 90s baby lot. So shout out to them. It was good
Shout
to
out
see
to
you there
them,
as
man.
well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's how he was able to pattern up and like, Mon, are you free on Tuesday or not? Because
Yeah, yeah.
me, Vans and Chrissy, we miss you, and it'd be nice for you to come on the pod, innit? So
Yeah. Yeah.
Come back.
no, because the last time you came, I had a really good. I don't know if you remember. It was we spoke about Black Femme Film.
Yeah, we did.
We spoke about that BBC investigation, Sex for Grades.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember, both from Gene, and there was a couple. It was like a proper there was like light-hearted bits of our conversation, but obviously some serious stuff.
Bits, yeah.
Yeah, so, but that was good. And I remember after that, I got a lot of like feedback saying they really enjoyed you on, and you should do like voiceover work and stuff like that.
Oh.
Because you, Chris, Essie, my sister obviously she does radio. I think there was someone else I'm forgetting. I've had that same feedback where they're like, they just like Ree.
Yeah.
They like hearing their voice on our pod, and like that's the kind of person that. Yeah, the man then said some other flagrant stuff, which I won't say.
I hear it.
I'll show you the screenshots, but yeah.
Well, he's just taking screenshots for evidence and that, just keeping it.
You never know, you might need it.
oh my God.
Journalism.
You never know, you might need it, bro.
Journalism 101,
Because
yeah.
people like to delete their tweets. I'm going to keep it.
Oh,
the streets remember. This is a concept.
In this day and age, there's no such thing as deleted evidence.
Many people have been found out. This
Twitter, yeah. That horrible feature of where someone tries to delete a tweet, but it says this tweet has been deleted, but you can still see the tweet.
Yeah.
I don't know what Elon is doing right now.
Elon is on vibes.
Because you can see people's Twitter circles now. I'm seeing people that are private. I'm seeing their tweets. I don't know what is going on.
Catastrophe.
You know what's so crazy? There's someone that I met at someone's live show. I won't say who yet. Someone's live show. But they're on like the more sexy side of Twitter. So if you go on there, if you go down their little algorithm, all those people, they like where they post like videos, photos, they're meant to be in circles, isn't it? They're public. Yeah. So
Okay. I mean,
Blood in my eyes.
I weren't really tweeting in the circles anyway.
You say tweet in your chest. I respect
What
it.
am I really saying though? Like,
You say that now. Do you get that this you moment?
Yeah, maybe. But like, listen, man, I got to stand on it.
Very true. Have you guys ever been dissued before? Mon, we can go to you. You can go first.
I don't think so. Not like that. Because you know what my thing is? The court of Twitter can never... I can never go to trial. I'm not going to explain myself like that. So
You're saying you're going to take a plea deal before you?
that's it.
Yeah?
Plead the fifth.
Chris, what you not?
I'm not a Twitter babe.
Fair.
And people are allowed to grow. People are allowed to grow and change their mind, I think.
True, that's true.
Absolutely, man.
I think we're not allowed that in life in general, let alone social media. Like,
No, but everyone's just thirsty to cook.
It's true.
everyone have their day, you know. That's what you got to remember. You'll be on the other side of the gun one day. If you're not careful.
Yeah.
Every day is for the thief and one day is for the owner.
Okay.
I haven't had a this you moment, but I remember I got cooked by Nigerian 12.
Oh, what did you do? Let me see if my Nigerians are correct before I back you.
No, they weren't. I love my Nigerians, but they were not correct. I basically said that the concept of a man being the head of the house isn't a must, and it's very archaic. If you consider that in this day and age, women are doing a lot more. And some women are out earning men.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Plus 2, 3, 4 Twitter must have had a field day with that.
Is it Niger blog? I was on like 5.
Oh, what, in the Niger Shade Room?
Yeah.
Mad.
It was bad. I was in blogs, on magazines. I was thinking, why is it that this deep that I said it?
In print,
They
you
were
know,
like,
magazine.
Twitter feminist says
They called you a Twitter feminist.
They called me a lesbian. I was like, well, you know.
I
mean,
I feel like they'll try to use that as an insult as well.
Yeah, I was like, that's not
Yeah,
an
yeah.
insult.
But I mean, let's dissect what you said. When we go to the Nigerian man, Magna Carta, that's in there, head of the house. That's what like line 2.
Right, and I hear that, but I feel like it has to come with something, right? So
Or some perks.
if you want to be head of the house, I'm expecting you to maybe out earn me. I'm expecting you to be able to lead, like to have a type of intelligence and a type of experience. And for me personally,
You didn't see that.
the people I have dated,
Oh,
it ain't that.
but they would clap back and say that's your pool of dating.
Yeah, but
It's also her opinion.
but then are they in a position to even like have the house to be
Yeah,
the
but the
man
only rebuttal
of?
to that is, you need to out earn me. You never out earn me if you never work. Someone just want to keep them in the house.
yeah.
Fair.
Am I wrong? It's out there, isn't it? So for a long time, men were able to have that big wide gap with women. Obviously, you've caught up a lot because you're outside, you're working, isn't it? So
I just think it's a nuanced conversation, like, because
Of course,
I feel
of
like
course.
head of the house, what it used to mean is different to like now.
Oh,
Because I'll
absolutely.
be honest, if I have my husband, I don't want to. You go and answer I don't know, the door and answer all the big questions.
Throw out the rubbish.
Don't actually want to do that.
Yeah.
But I feel like for some people, the whole head of the house means like you're going to make all the decisions. And back in the day, it meant protecting the family and all of that. So I was just saying it's a bit more of an archaic concept.
I get you, yeah.
Because
everything's up for review, innit?
Yeah. We ain't got armed robbers trying to bang down your door like that.
I mean, in Nigeria.
I mean,
certain man can't defend though. Like I've seen Us. I've seen a movie.
Don't do that. That was fictional.
It was Lupita that was banging for the family.
She was riding out still.
She really was.
What do you think, Chris? How do you feel about head of the house?
Yeah, I hear it, but I agree with Mon. You can't just be saying like I'm the head of the household.
Yeah.
Okay, but what are you doing?
No minerals.
Like
No
none
substance.
whatsoever.
Yeah.
Shaky, like
Mad.
blowing like a sheet in the wind.
Okay.
Oh, like the Donny that went up to Fols.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
why are you doing this?
Sorry.
That's two, bro.
Whoever you are, I'm sorry.
I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at you. I hear it. But I know my people. I know they cook. You got cooked for
Listen.
slow cooked as well,
It
innit?
was like 3 weeks.
Oh,
It did not let up. It did not let up.
3 weeks.
24, but
It did not let up.
But do those things really affect? You can just not go on the app, innit?
No, but
man,
if
I
you
was
go and
battling, I don't care.
Oh, he's fighting
fight
back.
back, fight back.
I was going back and forth.
That's crazy.
You got to fight back, man. Certain
have to.
people would just delete.
It's true. You know, it is. It's easy for me to say I've not been on that side. I've not been on that side of the gun, innit? So I don't want to be. Hopefully he jams.
It's mad. I got cooked by Bayesian Twitter as well
oh, what was that like?
because it was quite bad.
What do they say to you?
I
Rascal.
basically for banter, I said that Rihanna was Jamaican, innit? Like just for banter, and they didn't find it funny.
Yeah,
But that's their
one.
queen, though. You
Yeah.
know, man.
Yeah.
Like Jamaican queen, yeah.
I backed you.
You're-
with the first
you're
one.
Whoa, not on this platform.
Anyway, but I held myself. I don't know. I feel like even as a creative, you actually have to be really resilient. You cannot let what is said to you on the internet get to you like that. You just
Yeah.
can't.
Both ways, though, because you're not the sum total of like those moments. Because these things are like very trivial. You're also not the sum total of the moments where like you go viral and everybody loves you and like your flavor of the month, because you let that, you get too gassed with that, and then something like that happens, you're gonna be like, everybody hates me. No, it's just kind of the way of the internet.
Yeah.
You're gonna have your peaks and valleys of it, innit? So
So that scenario that you gave was just like about something random on Twitter, but with like your skincare TikTok, how do you deal? Is it still just as easy to switch off or like fight back when it comes to that side of the internet?
Not really, because I feel like with skincare, you have to have a type of vulnerability, because I appear on camera a lot without makeup or, natural hair. And I think, especially as a Black woman, there's still a little bit of reservations there. If you even look at how people are talking about the whole UK Black girl aesthetic, I don't always fit into that. I think, now I do, but sometimes I switch it up. So it's a lot. I've been body shamed. I've had people tell me, oh, but your skin's not perfect. How are you giving advice? I've had a lot. So it's not easy, but how I just see it is you're ignorant, you don't know any better.
Okay.
And I just use it as a teachable moment. If I ever get a really bad comment, I literally clap back or do it in a way that's classy, graceful, and try and make it a teachable moment,
Suck your mum, but in the Queen's English.
Listen, my managers would kill me. I want to. Sometimes I really want to, but like the brand contracts I've got, sometimes I'm very airtight, and if I do that,
that's what the bag does to you. It kind of like cuffs you where you can't go too crazy.
But this is what I loved about Kano going on live TV and making Suck Your Mum sound so poetic, angelic.
Yeah.
With the backing vocals.
It was beautiful.
And close his eyes. It was like it was gospel music.
Yeah. It really was.
Vocalist in the back as well.
It was a cultural moment.
I love
But I like where Chrissy went. So, like I said, it's been a couple of years since we've seen you, obviously, here. And a lot's changed since then.
So much.
Yeah.
A lot's changed. So, if people don't know you, you go by online SKINFILTRATOR.
Yeah.
So, why skincare? We can get into like
skincare. I used to be an esthetician, so I still obviously have all my qualifications.
Yeah.
But when the pandemic hit, I was like, can't do anything front facing.
Yeah.
Skincare is so tied to self-care. So that's why I started doing it. I did it to hold myself accountable.
Yeah.
That I would be looking after myself during the pandemic. And it kind of just took off. And I realized I had a passion for trying to fill that gap, because there's not enough for Black skin, especially when it comes to skincare, hair, beauty, everything. Even just like there's not enough black influencers, I think, as well, that are honest or that don't fit a certain look. Yeah. Brands tend to prefer a certain look.
Lighter, brighter,
very conventionally pretty. And
curly
I'm not
hair.
gonna act like I don't fit into some of those ideals. I definitely do. Why you saying it like that? You're like,
No, I'm ad-libbing.
Browning.
Hey, let me ad-lib, man. Let me get my ad-libs off.
Let Vans ad-lib, man. He just here to do support.
No, so I do definitely know some of my privilege, but I just wanted to help to bring more awareness to it.
Yeah.
You know?
So that word beginning with E, I've got a list, but I'm not going to try and pronounce it. What does that mean?
Esthetician.
Yeah, there we go.
Esthetician is just it's the UK version of a beautician.
Right.
So we call it beautician. Actually, we call it beautician. Americans call it esthetician, and then what they call cosmetologist is what we also call a beautician.
Oh, okay.
So,
Can't lie, can't keep up.
Yeah. This is for the cufflinks, bro. I'm just here.
Yeah. Esthetician is just somebody who works with
education.
skin. They're trying to help you beautify your skin and keep your skin health.
So you like you see like when everybody was on the gram selling food and we're like, oh, where's your qualifications? You're one of those people that's what you're doing. You've already pre-qualified.
I know what I'm doing.
I don't remember when everyone's trying to like sell seafood boils
bro,
from their mum's kitchen. And somebody do this sometimes. Yeah, I know it sounds bad. Yeah, sometimes when the food has a 2-star rating, it slaps in some places, but I need to know that you're on point at least.
And some people were like posting questionable kitchens.
Yeah, in the background.
Yeah, man, come on, man.
The extractor fan. They do this, dirty,
dust.
Crazy. Yeah.
The grease is on the wall. Yeah.
Disguised as parsley, you know.
Don't do that.
Sorry.
Vans is worse than me, you can see it. So yeah, lockdown here. So you're indoors, you don't want to do something front face. Essentially what you with your qualifications, like let me get online.
Yeah.
What was like the turning point in terms of like a piece of content, video, something you put out there when it's like, oh, people actually like switched on or engaged with what I'm doing now?
I think the first viral video, I had 2 viral videos. One which was I compared the royal family to like skincare products.
Okay.
And that one went far.
What did you compare the Queen's husband to?
Did I do him? I don't think I did him, but I did like Prince Andrew as like a type of acid that you should keep away from kids.
Right.
Strong.
Yeah. You like that one.
Yeah, there was, a few of those. So that did well. And then I was one of the first people to ever do this type of video where it was like, this is how you do your morning routine, the order.
Okay.
And then I put the product and then I dragged it across the screen.
Nice.
Since then, when I say I've seen this copied so many times, even years later, but I was like the first person to do that type of video.
Is that what like kind of drives you as well? Because I'm not really into the influencer world, but I can see from afar that it's quite competitive and it's an actual job. Because if you ask me to do a TikTok, that is like a whole task.
The age is gonna start showing.
Yeah.
Like, so it's like, how do you kind of stay above grid, creating content that people will be receptive towards, like constantly?
Be yourself. That's exactly it. Like, people always say to me, oh, do you think it's too late for me to start content? Or, do you know, this niche is oversaturated? Not really, because you are yourself, you're unique.
Yeah.
So I just try to keep authentic and be honest. Yeah, you can do trends here and there, and you kind of have to be engaged with social media all the time. You can't think that you're going to, I don't know, look at TikTok or Instagram twice a week and then be able to create content. No, because
it's fast paced.
You got hours to catch on to a trend and be one of the first people to catch it early so that it's successful.
Hours.
And does like time of when you drop new videos count?
It depends on where your audience is. Me, I'm not gonna lie, I drop it when I drop it. So because I've got American viewers and UK
time zones and
it will just do what it's gonna do. But yeah, it's definitely about consistency is the main one. Yeah. And I know people want to think influencing is easy and content creation is easy. And I'll be honest and say it's definitely easier than some other things. I'm not going to compare myself to a doctor or dentist.
Don't do that.
We ain't going to do that. Yeah. I'm privileged in what I can do and I'm lucky and I'm blessed. But it is hard in different ways. You never get to switch off. And sometimes you want to take a social media break. You're like, it's very negative. Like, I think the hardest thing for me is when I go and do social media for a long time, I get really critical of myself. I wake up, I'm like, I'm clapped, Like, I randomly just like, I don't like what I look. Because you're seeing perfection. You're also maybe hearing a lot of negativity. you are seeing a lot of negativity where you can't control what you're seeing.
Yeah.
You're seeing news and doom and gloom. So sometimes you really have to try and detach yourself from it a little bit.
What's the balance like of showing yourself like bare, right, to then showing yourself when like you're actually all done up? Like, does that give you a little bit more freedom to the next influencer who like constantly just shows us at their best?
100%. I can hop on TikTok any given moment and not have to care about what I look like. And like, you have to believe your thing. I know I'm a thing. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Even about makeup is a choice. It's not a must, you know? So I feel like if I want to speak about something, I can. Oh my God. I remember one time actually, my eyelashes were not done, but I really needed to do a video. So I did it. And they were giving like spider. I had like 3 lashes left on. The TikTok girls, have you guys seen Emperor's New Groove?
No.
Yes.
They were like, not the Yzma lashes.
Okay, cool, but
Nah.
you see, even if someone's getting at you, if it's funny,
It was funny.
you got to respect it.
I stitched it with her, and it was giving, this is my sister, like, it really was.
Okay.
And I was, sometimes you have to laugh at yourself.
Yeah, you
So
have to.
Yeah.
So I do think it does give me a lot more like flexibility to be who I am.
Right.
And also when people see me in person, they're always like, oh, you're so much prettier. And I'm like, okay, not too much, but thanks, you know.
Bro, them backhanded compliments are the worst. I thought you was clapped online.
You're much
but in
prettier.
person, you know what? You're all right.
I tell people I'm a catfish.
That old chestnut.
Anyway,
So everyone cosplays as broke and ugly, but we know the truth, innit?
can we get back to the
Yeah,
pod?
we're
Thank
here,
you.
we're here.
What's a typical day like when you're creating content? Because I think
Yeah.
online it's so easy to like before we started, we were talking about TikTok and how many times a day you need to post, like 3+. Or obviously that comes from somewhere. So
Yeah.
on a maybe not necessarily a day, but in a week, so to speak, how much of your time are you spending creating content versus what goes online?
I create content every single day. So I have ADHD as well, which I talk about quite a lot. So whereas I would love to say, oh, I have a content day, and I don't do that. It's not realistic. So sometimes I do have filming days, but I'll try and get as much content out of the way as possible. But you're still going to have to edit. So the process of content creation is always like from conception, you have to think about the idea, the sound you're going to use, the angles, whatever. Are you going to film on camera or phone? Then you've got to actually film it, kind of go and pick the best clips, then edit it. Then you might have to grade it. Then you might have to do a voiceover, send it to the brand. They might come back and say, oh, we don't like this or change this. You might have to do that whole process again. And then when you put it into the actual app, you've got to do your overlays, your caption. So it is a long process. It's not just like how you fly off a tweet and it's just done.
I don't have
The listeners are here
across any of my devices.
Allowing that.
And
What they care about is the product, the finished product.
Yeah.
That's what they care about.
Yeah, like a friend of mine was doing something for a brand, and she showed me the first edit, and I was like, "Yeah, this is lit."
But that's
Do
the
you know
naked
what I mean?
eye.
I was like, "Nah, this is good." She was like, "Yeah," the brand like sent it back and said, "Oh, could you change? Could you do this? Could you do that?" And I was like, "Rah, okay, like these are some of the things that we don't necessarily consider."
Yeah.
Obviously, like, you know, when it's branded, the people that are overseeing stuff, they're producing.
Yeah.
So they're gonna want to see the what you've presented, and then they place their input. Sometimes they can go all the way left of your vision, or they can just believe in it with a few minor tweaks, which you wouldn't be too fussed about. But then, like, you got to think about the other content that you're about to drop as well, like 2 or 3 more in a day.
yeah.
It's a job.
And sometimes you take it quite hard when a brand doesn't like your stuff. I mean, it doesn't happen to me very often.
Yeah.
Brands usually love what I do, usually minor amendments. But I remember one of my biggest contracts, I got like a really big 5-figure contract, and I was so proud of what I did. And the brand were like, yeah, no. They were just like, we just think it's too far from what we were looking for, so we're just going to terminate the contract. And when I say I'm not a crier, I cried all day because I was just like, I'm not made for this.
Is that because you'd already spent the money in your head?
No. Nah, don't even. I was just upset because I was just like, maybe I'm not as good at this as I thought. But
Yeah.
I was like, no, I'm not taking no for an answer. So I went out of my way to refilm and then sent it back to them. And they were like, oh, I don't think we're going to use it anyway. And then a couple of days later, they came back and was like, oh my God, actually the team loved this. So we're going to go ahead, reinstated the contract.
So the people that it went to first were hating.
Yeah, they were hating.
The thing is, the person you speak to on the email, they might not really have the final say like that. They still got to go and take it to the right people.
Yeah.
And it's on them, innit? So,
But it is like, I'd say a typical day, a lot of content creators still work 9 to 5. I've
Okay.
only kind of recently gone full time, but a typical day would have been, I'd wake up around maybe like 7ish because I want to catch golden hour, which is one of the best times to film. It's like natural filter.
Okay.
I'd film for a couple of hours, log into work, do my work bits and try and juggle. So I'll be doing meetings, responding to emails, talking to my managers, trying to figure out what I'm doing for the week. And then I'd probably try and film 3 or 4 times. And then after work, gym, editing for a good few hours.
look at Chris's face.
It's a lot. It's like, it's a full...
Fam, waking up here to catch the lighting at golden hour, they're just going to see bags under my eyes.
Yeah.
Shining.
We got filters for that, bro.
You can't really put filters in your content when it's skincare.
Okay.
You have to be really careful.
Yeah, that's kind of mad.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I mean, I don't bang filters anyways.
Come on, man on man, bro. Come on, let's be serious.
Hey, you
flower
gonna see
filter.
this? You gonna see this raw skin?
Do you know I wanted to take it though? So recently, well, it's been going on for a little while, but I think it's starting to heat up more. The whole TikTok ban. And if I'm right, TikTok's been like one of the, alongside Instagram, of course, one of the apps that like you've flourished on quite well, innit?
Yeah.
How much do you know about them trying to ban TikTok? Do you know like what's kind of going on in a minute?
Quite a lot.
Yeah.
You didn't see me on Big Sky News.
I didn't see that.
I did
no,
an
talk-
interview for Sky News about
Okay,
this.
talk to me.
So it's just basically America is very concerned about, obviously TikTok is a Chinese app. They're very concerned about how the data is being used. They feel like it's going to be used in a way that's unethical. I think realistically TikTok is not going to get banned. I think if America are sensible, they will know that it will be a detriment to their own economy. TikTok has revolutionized how people shop, how people look at sort of like e-commerce. I don't know if you guys have ever used TikTok Shop.
I haven't, no.
I haven't used TikTok Shop.
I know people that have, but I haven't
Yeah.
personally.
Same.
But I'm aware of like some of the impact of TikTok, how it's shaping the youth, particularly like, so for example in sports, football, a lot of kids are watching highlights on TikTok now, like in short clips. They don't want to watch what's on TV.
Yeah.
Like a lot of the televised content, I think there's been talks like in UEFA and stuff about like how that they may change how football is consumed in the future just because of that.
Yeah.
So it's actually a massive like
is.
thing. Like it's astronomical at this point.
Like TikTok has taken over Google as a search engine.
Really?
Yeah, so people aren't...
It's a label.
Yeah, like if you want to go to a restaurant or you want to go to a hotel, you're going to go to TikTok
For a
first
review,
because
yeah.
you're going to get authentic reviews. It's going to be short. It's not like YouTube where you got to, let me scroll, oh my God, skip ad.
Yeah.
You're
Fam,
gonna-
the other day sorry to cut you. The other day, I saw something circulating on Twitter. It was obviously taken from TikTok about this new hotel in Morocco. Bro, they were like, yo, we got this on a sick deal, blah, blah, blah. Within 2 days, bro,
The price is
booked
up.
out.
tripled.
See? And
That's
what I'm saying.
capitalism, bro.
What it does
But the advert that this person put on their
And is this
an
someone
advert.
someone just did? Was this a paid ad or?
It weren't even a paid
Someone just
ad.
doing
It was
content,
like,
basically.
hey, like look at this hotel. You know, like when you're abroad, you want to flex a little bit, especially when it's somewhere nice.
Yeah.
But now, like in TikTok form, where you're walking in the clip, there's next little angles, you're narrating
I
in the
saw you- I
background.
saw you walking in the car park.
Subtitles. Do you know what I'm saying? Like all of that, like
Yeah.
it looks like an advert. So
It's
someone's like,
crazy.
"Right, I want to go Morocco. I didn't know this was here."
The good thing about that, in my opinion,
heard
so it's twofold.
hotel.
The hotel, it's good for them because
Yeah.
they're basically getting free promo and they can raise the price. The person, if they've just done it off a whim and just to post content, if it's airline companies, travel companies, hotels are smart, they're gonna like pattern that person up. Come to our place and see how we look after our guests, and then you can start doing content from there, innit? So,
but then there's also that disparity, between black content creators on TikTok and other.
As someone that's out there, what's the gap in terms of like following, money, engagement?
It's insane. Like I would say, let's say a black content creator made 2K for a TikTok.
Okay.
A white content creator might make 4. Like it's quite bad, and it's to do with like how brands view return on investment.
Okay.
Which is crazy to me because I'll be honest and say black creators are TikTok. Like even when they went on a strike, the black creators said, well, we're not doing any more TikTok dances, and musicians couldn't get their music to pop like that.
Yeah.
So it is crazy to me. But what I will say is TikTok do a lot for black creators. Even YouTube do. They do a lot of trying to like kind of credit them and trying to make grants. Like I work quite closely with TikTok, and they have been fantastic in giving me opportunities and setting me up with the right people. And, they are good at that. And I think that's the UK team. I think the American team are quite good at that as well, but that's not worldwide. But
is your perspective is yours not warped? Was yours be a little bit different compared to the average person who maybe isn't as tapped in to the higher ups or the people at TikTok in regards to like support and stuff?
As in to say that it looks worse than
either worse or like the good things they're doing. Can you say like you're quite connected with people at TikTok, and maybe you're getting advice or like knowing price lists and things like that?
I don't think it's warped because I feel like I've gone from consumer to creator, and I work with the brands as well.
Yeah.
What I will say is sometimes as a black creator, you have to be very into your morals and your values.
Yeah.
Sometimes the money can flash and you see the pound signs and you're like, oh, but I'm all about integrity.
Yeah.
And also you can sometimes get, I don't want to say fetishization is maybe a strong word, but some brands I noticed they want to lean a little bit heavier into the whole black. Like I remember one time I got a script and it was given, and I was like, yeah, that's not me. We ain't doing all of that. I'm not American. We're not doing all of that. I said, I can talk how I'm going to talk, but we're not going to do all of that. So sometimes they do try and lean into it a little bit more.
Was there period in that script?
There wasn't a period. But it was like there was a yes in this script. Yes.
Yes.
Okay, whilst we're on the topic of morals here, what's the biggest bag you've turned down?
I turned down a bag that was over. My manager's gonna kill me in this.
No, they're gonna say Fols is pocket watching. That's what they're gonna say.
let's just say house deposit.
House deposit.
Okay.
In what postcode?
London postcode.
Okay, cool.
And that's because I didn't like the product. Simple as. I just
just that.
Just didn't like the product. It's a product I've told people I wouldn't use. And
so you'd been called out in the comments if they were like, right, why are you putting this?
And I mean, there's ways around. I could turn around and be like, no, I changed my mind, or I just can't do that. To me, I get skincare free, and skincare is very expensive.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna create this good rapport with like people and trust and then lie to you. I'm just not gonna do it. It's not worth it. You're gonna spend your hard-earned money in this cost of living crisis.
It takes a long time to build trust, and you can lose it very quickly.
Yeah, do you know what? And that's like, a lot of people would see the figures and just say, you know what, it worked for me on this day. So, do you know what I mean? But then knowing that it's not something that you would recommend, like you're just cheating your journey.
That's it.
Profound.
And also, if I want to be a tastemaker in the skincare industry and actually make changes, I need to be able to say to brands no, or I just don't like this product. And I did work with them eventually, because it was a particular product I didn't like, but that's what they wanted me to work with.
So it wasn't the brand; it was just that product per se.
So I've been lucky enough that I can do loads of consultations.
Yeah.
Or even sometimes brands come to me and they're like, "Oh, we want you to say that this product is great for black skin," and I've said, I'm not saying that because I don't truly believe that. So I can say that this is good for oily skin or dry skin, but we're not gonna
lie down it. I'm happy you got that on camera. I'm definitely gonna clip that. It's fine. It's cool.
I'm so sorry.
Chris, as you can see, guys, well, yeah, if you're on YouTube, you can see Chris has been in the gym. She's just lifting up tables. You went church this weekend, didn't it? You read that bit in the Bible where Jesus was flipping up tables in the temple and that. You got inspired. Come on, I see the arms. Young tricep there.
My reflexes.
Do you know what's killing me?
The shoulder blades.
Inside, she feels so bad.
Nah, I'm finished. It's all good, man. It's
Love
all
you, Chris.
good.
Yeah, just get some tissue. We've got small spillage, man.
Yeah. Spillage
You
on
lightly
house
touched on
6.
the whole TikTok ban
Yeah.
before Chrissy splashed you. Let's say, God forbid, worst case scenario, the ban does come through. What have you got in place if TikTok isn't a viable avenue for you anymore?
Definitely, I've got some other projects coming out. So I've got a podcast that's dropping soon. It's the first time I've actually admitted.
What, you're on competition in the... Don't tell me you're dropping on Thursdays.
Yeah, man, I might.
Mad.
Who knows? Might be Thursday.
Cool.
But yeah, no, I've got a podcast coming. I also have a website.
Lovely.
That's there anyway.
What's the website?
SKINFILTRATOR.com.
Okay.
So I've got
Nice.
like all my advice is there. And I will have a newsletter.
Dope.
And I'm also on like Instagram, I'm on YouTube. I'm starting to get more into YouTube. I'd definitely say if you're a creator, YouTube is the place.
YouTube Shorts.
Yep.
But I think they're doing that to try and compete with TikTok and stuff. And I feel like short form content is definitely the wave at the minute. And TikTok have that kind of wrapped up already.
But then it doesn't mean that another platform that's already
course.
established can't have it. And
Of course,
if there is a ban,
Yeah.
then they're laughing.
You've got to migrate. You've got to figure out things, innit? So,
Yeah. So that's the thing is, creators, even as users, you have to remember these platforms are not ours, you know.
Absolutely.
If who knows, like look how Elon is running Twitter into the ground. Like they can just decide one day, do you know what, I don't want this to exist anymore. So you really have to put other things in place. You have to build up like relationships with the brands and just plan ahead. Think about what you're gonna do next.
No, that's true. Because even I look, I'm like, and I think I think we was speaking at the start about like being outside as a creative, even though I don't like the word, but being outside of someone that's trying to do something on the internet, you have to kind of do that to kind of get ahead.
Yeah.
You also have to be on trend with all the different apps and you got to meet people where they are. Nobody cares. It just kind of is what it is. So
It's like a cross reference in a way because like,
Bro,
you have to be everywhere.
yeah, bro, even when we was having that chat, the person asking us about numbers and stuff, and I'm like, okay, cool, this is here, that is there, and everyone's got their little tick list of where you need to be, and if you haven't got a presence there, why haven't you got a presence there?
Yeah. But sometimes people confuse the two, man. Like, and sometimes like there's quality content out there, but they're just not there yet in terms of like visibility.
Yeah.
And I don't want people to be too influenced by numbers.
Yeah.
Because that's how you pass up.
It's hard not to, though. It's hard.
It is hard not to, but that's how you but that's just in everything for me personally. Like, I'm not gonna not like a song or champion a song because it doesn't have 1 million views yet.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's what I mean in terms of the type of consumerism that, like, you know, where it just becomes numbers based, and sometimes you don't really get to see great things because not everyone that's visible is great.
100%. It's all about like, I think authenticity, like we said before, and engagement. Like, I would rather have a small community of engaged people that are giving me good feedback and I'm helping them than like just loads of numbers. And sometimes even going viral might not even be that good. And one of my most viral videos on TikTok was, I think it's 20 mil now, 22 mil.
Oh shit.
And it's the dumbest video. It's of me waxing my lip. Like, it's just a silly video.
Waxing your lip?
Yeah. And it's just because I was trying to, you know, hype myself up to do it.
Yeah.
But what it did, it brought loads of people, like loads of followers, but those followers aren't necessarily engaged in my content or want to know about skincare and all of that.
And if you're not giving them that type of video regularly, then they're not going to it because that's what attracted them.
Yeah.
And you're over there talking about snail moosing and that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Shave your legs on live, man.
Give me $1,000.
That's what they wanted it. So you were saying that even that whole little numbers thing, yeah, take somewhere else. It's funny hearing that because I feel like someone that's probably been affected by that a lot as a case study, like right now, is what's homegirl ChloeBailey, and they're getting onto her for like charting. The upper end of the 100.
So
I don't know. Did she crack the top 100? Just about.
I think she sold like
No, it was
10.
116. I think she's
100. Okay, you know the number.
Yeah, I
116.
think she sold 10,000 first week, or in between 10 and 20 first week.
That's
which
low.
It is low considering like the rollout.
Now, if I sold 20,000 anything, I'm gassed.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely.
Something like
She's
that.
on a major,
Yeah.
and they've spent money on her. Do you know what I'm saying? Like they've got her high profile features on her debut. Her videos look like there's been money spent on it,
polished.
and she's been in a series which was spoken about obviously negatively.
You're saying the sex scene affected her.
Wow.
We got to talk about all of it. It's not wild.
I mean, I don't know if it had, but I know that there's a lot of people that didn't like her anyways. So anything that she does or that she's done comes with critique.
I don't know if it's that they don't like. I think they don't like the moves, because whether it's right or wrong, I think people, maybe because of how we introduce them as a group, the girls, the sisters, then the affiliation with Beyonce, whether they have a say in this or not, they get viewed a certain way. I'm still trying to figure out what that view is. But
Yes,
it's clear
absolutely.
that anything that's maybe too close to the fire of misogyny. So you're over there, Chris
All right,
Brown.
no, so-
too close to being sexy. Let me land. Too close to being sexy, overtly sexy. They don't like. You're above having a sex scene. They like there was legitimate concern on their end. What they looked as legitimate concern, like why is she making these moves? Now she's a big woman. She can do what she wants, but people view a certain way, and now they see you doing other things. It doesn't surprise me then now when like we need you to buy something from this person, that the numbers are low.
Do you know what I feel like? I really want to like her as an artist, but I don't feel like she's found her identity. I think she's trying to present herself. Like at the end of the day, most of her audience and her engaged followers and listeners are coming from, like what you said, from Chloe and like how Hailey.
Hallie?
Yeah, Chloe and Heidi as a group, as a duo.
Group, and they're more respectable listeners. So now she's coming out with the whole I like a hood nigga type music and no, but that's what she's giving toxic music, right?
Yeah.
So that's probably why she's not making sales. It doesn't feel natural.
Was it too much of a hard left? It's like too soon.
Yeah, so I think this is what like a lot of people were saying is that like a lot of it feels forced, and I think that in some ways I'm like, you gotta cut her some slack, because at the end of the day, she did come through. My first introduction to them was on BET when several years ago, where they were doing the Music Matters stage at the BET Awards, where you've got up and coming artists that like during the intervals are performing. So like that's where it was, and the Beyonce thing was always there. These are Beyonce's artists that she's developing, and their introduction was like as two musicians.
Yeah, doing
super
Beyonce
talented.
covers.
Do you know what I'm saying? Doing Beyonce covers and all the rest of it. And Chloe still does them till this day. Like sometimes she hops on the live and she's like, "Oh, this is a song that I've just written," or like, you know, this is something that I'm working on producing. Like she's tapped in. Now, after the last project with Chloe and Halle, which, you know, did quite well, you know, respectfully and stuff, it's like they came out like as two sisters that are just growing up and making like that type of appropriate music. Like when you want to just go out with your girls for the first time, like Do It was that kind of, do you know what I'm saying? It was that kind of song. Her younger sister goes off to do Disney. She's Ariel in the new Little Mermaid.
That doesn't help her as well.
That doesn't help her as well, because that is very kid friendly. So and so is the brand.
Yeah.
Chloe's always been like visibly thicker and stuff like that. So
you
like
get sexualized unfairly as well.
Yeah, so that's what it was initially. So I think that probably, I don't know, maybe put a battery in her back, or maybe she just embraced it and thought, you know what, I'm old enough, I'm ready to embrace it. And to the consumer, it's like, whoa, like what's going on?
Wrong with her being sexy though, because even Beyonce's done that. Like,
but there was a time, but that was quite racist for Beyonce. There was a time when, if you actually look at it in terms of like very overtly sexy, very sexy, that was at a later point married, kids, and even then, there's a conservative part of Beyonce's audience that don't they take a little time to warm to that. Even the political leanings. Early on in her career, she's not going to be in a police car, trashing a police car.
Yeah.
Like, unfortunately, you have to get to a certain point and then you can do those things. Because I feel like what Chloe's suffering from is she's ahead of her audience. So we're waiting for our audience to go to uni and have their first one night stand, have their first, I throw up from alcohol. Like, I didn't go uni, I overslept.
Yeah,
I stay out late. We're waiting for them to grow up, but she's ahead of them already.
Yeah.
I just think she is not as likable as...
What's she done though, other than hang out with Chris Brown?
Okay, but that doesn't mean someone's not likable, right? So part of music is someone being able to relate to you. This music that she's making, this whole overly toxic music,
Is that not the era we're in though? Because everyone's like toxic
but it's
R&B.
not slapping like that. Like Summer Walker toxic slaps. Do you get?
Oh, so we're saying we're waiting for Chloe to have a few baby dads. Like, if you're gonna lean into it, where's London on the track?
No,
Where's Boosie? Bring her up.
it doesn't feel like she
What did you say?
Sorry. You can't, I'm not on camera.
Fam, did you just lose it for a moment?
If ChloeBailey fucks up a hanging around with Boosie,
No, but this is what she was doing though with Gunna. So this is what the label were playing into as well.
was that a genuine relationship? Or was that like a?
But I don't know if it was a genuine.
No, wasn't it Halle that was with Gunna?
I think it was Chloe.
No, it was Chloe. It was Chloe.
Yeah.
Halle's with was it
The guy with bare letters in his name.
DDG? Daniel De Gea.
They love a little hood nigga. They love a little rapper.
She got over YouTuber. I hear it, man. There's hope for us.
Yeah, so yeah, like I think they were also with what she wanted. They tried to amplify it with that whole Gunner affiliation. Obviously, it was short lived because of the case. The RICO kind of messed it up. But yeah, man, I think a lot of people are just like, you know what, this seems a bit forced.
It feels very.
But who are we to tell her what she's forcing though?
I don't. But this
is
it.
I'm just giving like
but this is it.
Back, innit?
And she's not the only female R&B artist to work with Chris Brown. They all have.
Yeah.
I don't think that's the only reason though. I just feel like
so like I don't see that as an argument, like because they didn't like her anyways. So that's why with everything that she does, everyone just goes ham.
I feel like maybe this first project, like, you know, some of the songs are good and like you said, it has some good investment, but I don't think it shows enough of her, like as a person.
It's not even a bad album.
Have you listened to it?
It's not.
I've not listened to it. I can't speak on the music. I can only speak on like what I'm seeing online and reaction to the sales number.
Obviously, the first single
is
with Chris Brown. So if they're not feeling you anyways, and listen, and you post it all up and down Twitter, maybe on Instagram you can bust.
And that was a bad decision on her part. Your first project.
Yeah.
I don't feel like you should work with anyone controversial. I just don't understand.
No, I hear you.
Like
it depends on
enough.
But you know, sometimes is the juice worth the squeeze? So yes, she's connected enough, but how early on as well? So yes, you're connected, but do I want to be calling these favors too early? So it's like, and then you get the package, like the platinum package, get all these features, but then second, third album, when those people aren't around, or you're not the hot flavor of the month, where like I can get as much out of this as you can, or more than you, because I'm a Chris Brown. He doesn't have to work with ChloeBailey. He's essentially doing her a favor.
Yeah, he's like,
you're lending her support. You're lending your support to a new artist.
A lot of the new artists.
Her.
Yeah, he goes on there to basically, I guess, boost sales because he does sell. Do you know what I'm saying?
It's like the Ty Dolla $ign package back in the day. You get Ty Dolla $ign on the hook, your song's gonna stream, innit?
Yeah, man. Like even Zendaya's worked with Breezy.
What Vans is basically saying is, listen, all the girls do it, man.
Her,
if these men do it, I'll do it.
The squeaky clean ones.
Yeah.
Like her.
But I think it's, how does their audience, their hive, how do they perform on the internet? They don't maybe act the same way as Chloe, because hers is very specific. Sisters coming, they're twins, right? Are they twins?
No,
okay. So two sisters coming up. Who you're attached to, so they're viewing you as that's maybe your ceiling, rightly or wrongly, but that's potentially your ceiling. Your proteges of this person, I want you to walk in their light. That person isn't necessarily controversial, scandal free. They've made the right moves in their career. They navigated the media young as well, so they want them to go that lane. Yeah. Everyone's different, though, innit?
I think because and the Beyonce thing also plays a part because how she's behaving is like the Beyonce of her self-titled album.
You think so?
Beyonce wasn't like this in Dangerously in Love. Even though she had singles like Baby Boy and Naughty Girl, it was still like, it wasn't as overt as this.
Yeah.
Is what it seems like, especially. but we've got used to Beyonce. She had 3 albums with her group.
Do you
They
know
were
what it is?
already
If you
established.
want to do this stuff, all the music's got a slap.
Yeah,
when the music slaps now, people give you leeway.
And the thing is that a lot of people do see the potential in her. Like, she's actually someone that could be a great artist, but
100%.
it's just all over the place at the minute.
I just don't think she's found her identity. I
I think that's fine though. How old is she? Early 20s?
Yeah, but I think as a musician, you should know your identity.
Child
You get
stars like do struggle though, like at some point in their career.
Yeah.
My issue personally with Chloe is that how she comes across in interviews or on social media versus in her music, it doesn't match in my mind. So I feel like
How she come across in interviews?
So I feel like in the music, it's very raunchy, very sexy. Fine, you can do that. You're getting your back broke, go girl. But then
Kind of music we like to hear.
when she's doing interviews, it's very much like, and like I was just so nervous.
But that's not really fair though, because like interview, if you're doing a radio circuit, it's probably super early, 6, 7. Sex is not on my mind right now.
No.
Fam,
Link me at 9 o'clock at night when I'm 2 Hennessy's up.
Can I not have an alter ego? Didn't their
come on,
queen
man.
have one?
You know-
Didn't Sasha
Like,
Fierce?
if that was a
When
man
Sasha
saying
Fierce
that, you'd be
born.
calling us a misogynist.
Are you gonna let me land?
Chrissy, because it's like, even look at Janae Aiko, right? She's kind of more quiet and I wouldn't say timid, but do you know what I'm saying? She's a bit more reserved. But I believe her.
When she's in her interviews and you believe that she's gonna through the letterbox, you know?
Janae
But
Aiko
not-
makes it sound so
Innocent.
But let me push
Warming.
back though.
Wait,
Why
hold
go
on.
Chris, I'll go after you.
But so like Mon, I completely agree. It's not about her being reserved or timid
Yeah.
or anything like that. It's just that, just like Janae Aiko, perfect example. She's not, but I feel like the way she comes across in interviews, I can believe what she's saying in her music. When I watch Chloe, and when I think about her music, I'm not gonna say I'm like proper invested in this babe.
Yeah.
But the two don't marry to me. Even when Beyonce did self-titled,
Yeah.
like she was never like but when she's in I'm
you're
saying
never tired.
that, but that's what I'm saying, like in the music fine, but she's not necessarily going to be in interviews like someone like like we were talking about Suki beforehand. She's not going to be like that, but when she speaks about it, even if though she's been a bit coy, you still believe her. I don't feel like, I think you've hit the nail on the head. I don't think she's found her identity as a musician.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
It doesn't
because of
feel
that, it's
authentic or comfortable.
yeah, exactly. So maybe that really is who she is in terms of like, I love to do this and I love to do that. But I don't think she's like as confident in her persona, whether that's an alter ego that she's playing or this is who she is, whatever it is. I don't believe either of it. And I think she needs to find that. Then people, if she wants to do the same whole like tricks and hoes music, fine.
Tricks and
People
hoes.
will
Tricks
believe
and
her.
hoes. I don't. The thing is, I think I want to say that she's gonna be all right after this. Sometimes you just have to crash the bus and regroup.
And you know what it is, I'd rather you start here and the only way's up after this.
Bro, like Usher had the same struggle. First album was too sexual.
And you can't
Had
believe
to
you're too
regroup.
young, innit?
Yeah, bro. Like, what are you talking about? You're 15, nigga.
Bro, you haven't seen a hairy vagina yet, bro. You're relax, bro.
No, well,
At 15.
my age.
He said, nice, that was the wave.
I feel like what Chloe would have been better off doing is doing an album that had a little bit more, like more songs that you could relate to, maybe deeper songs, so she could really establish her identity as a musician, and then kind of drip feed the whole, super sexy. Because I'm not being funny. A whole album of
Is it okay?
Hoes,
Is it a whole album sexy?
It's not, but like,
Most of it
obviously,
is.
her second single was with Future.
Oh, okay.
So
the
it's
baby's
like,
not helping herself.
come on, bro. What are you doing? Give us like something else.
I
Because
do have some pushback to that Janae Aiko point, though, because I hear you lot, but I think what Janae benefits from is you're not expecting that from her. So we spoke about like Chloe's shape and stuff. Some people, okay, cool, like the bigger breasted babes. There's nothing we can do here. Low cut top, halter neck, turtleneck. The breasts are big, so we got to have to deal with them, innit?
Yeah.
When a girl has a big bum, she has a big bum, bro. It just kind of is what it is.
Yeah.
Janae walks in, super petite, kind of like dainty and that. Then she starts talking crud. You've got her big brother Corrupt in the background. So she's obviously around the hood
G-checking,
niggas.
yeah.
So it's like, okay, cool, you smoke weed. So you're not expecting overtly sexy from her. And then when she gives you that kind of like calming, almost, crystals, sage virgin energy.
and
you're
she's
like,
a big woman, man. She's 35.
she's grown, innit? So
Yeah,
she's been outside
grown.
a bit more. I think Chloe just needs to be outside a little bit more. But I don't think our audience will want her to do that. And like,
Not just
be
yet,
around
man.
hood niggas.
Like the evolution from her the last album that we heard from her to this is like, oh my gosh, in just a matter of years, and you're still under like 22.
Yeah.
So it's like,
so okay, cool. I'll take you somewhere else. So you gave Janae for the girls, yeah. Me and Vans go after. Who's sexy? Do you guys believe when it comes to women in rap?
Cardi.
Okay.
I think Cardi is fantastic in bed, and I would love to see, and Teyana Taylor as well.
Woo!
Teyana.
Listen, sandwich me.
Do you see? It's believable and respectfully.
But Tiana was tomboy coming up. Like
Right,
we didn't see that
exactly.
first. We didn't see the vision.
the thing
I
is,
feel like I saw it.
the thing is,
Well, you got spidey senses.
I see it.
the thing is that like, we have to think about the errors as well.
Yeah.
I think them lot, they've made their mistakes as well. Like if we were to look back,
Pre the height of social
do you
media.
know what I'm saying? And pre the height of social media, I think like Tiana Taylor's been in this. Like I first knew about her from her Sweet 16.
Yeah.
Now she's like a married woman with 2 kids.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like so, these lot have like Tiana Taylor weren't this confident and sexual straight away. She had to marinate. And I mean, I guess the point is like a lot of these ones, like maybe not Cardi B, because Cardi B,
She worked in the sex.
Yeah.
She worked in the sex industry.
she's always been who she's been. Do
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And like now that she's got the money and the power and the position in her field, like anything goes. She's still talking that shit, and like, you know, that's Cardi.
Yeah.
Because we've always known her that way. And certain people, we've had to wait for them to feel comfortable within themselves, like along a period of time. I think with Chloe now, it's just, for a lot of people, it's too soon. It's like, like you were just with
Just
your
got out of
sister.
college.
Yeah, you were just with your sister a
find
minute
your sister,
ago.
man.
Like Normani is someone who's believable.
Okay, you believe her sex?
Mm.
Okay.
But at the same time, like she could be talking like cash shit in her music, but she's
Yeah.
not necessarily like in interviews. But
What's that?
you know, but I believe her.
Yeah.
And she is like, she's quite voluptuous.
Yeah.
So like she's got the body. She is still relatively young, I believe.
Yeah.
And she was in a group, was it Dan?
Fifth Harmony.
Fifth, close enough. And so like when she came, we got there in the end.
Dimension.
I said Danny Kane. Let's calm down.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my God.
She's got to be older than.
She's gotta be a big woman.
Oh, are
relatively
they
young.
older?
Danny E. Kane. They're
Okay.
making the band.
Bro, you see that you have to prostrate. Those are big women.
Time confusing. But
for
Normani
D
is
Woods,
someone
definitely.
like I believe, and
Okay.
she's got the body, and she is still quite young. She doesn't necessarily come across like that in her music. Like it's the two aren't mutually exclusive. You can be,
But she also drops a single like once a year.
but even the once a year, Chloe can drop singles from now until Christ himself rises again. I'm not going to believe it.
Wow. Who do you believe, Vans? Who's sexy do you believe?
Not Chloe.
It's how people fail exams. I asked you who's sexy do you believe? I didn't ask you who's sexy you don't believe.
I'm gonna go left
Okay.
and say, well, maybe not left, but I'm gonna say Victoria Monet,
I believe that one still.
because she's made it into like an art form in how she conveys her sex life in her music.
Bro, she's so sexy, she recruited the help. Donnie was in the video saying, yeah, you know what? Let's make this a regular thing.
Look how speechless we are.
Yeah.
'Cause
Yeah. And she's written for Ariana Grande, like, which I think Ariana Grande is like a superstar in it. So like
course.
I think it's her, how she just turned into this sex thing was surprising to me. Do you know what I mean?
I don't see that still. Allow me, man.
But the music was good. I can't even lie.
It would be like Ariana if she started giving toxic sex music.
Listen to her last album. She's saying some mad stuff, and I'm like,
Vans.
I still see you like when
Small girl.
on Nickelodeon or whatever, one of them
But
kiddie
Vans, you have
shows.
to also remember black tax. Black women are like, there's black tax.
yeah.
Oh yeah, there's black women written all over that.
Yeah. As in, like, when the black women are doing sexy, they looked at it a different way, innit?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying about black tax.
Right. I hear you.
You know, so because I saw like when people talk about this online, some people try to use the example of Christina Aguilera.
Yeah.
Obviously, to me, when you do that, you weren't really outside. Because when she was doing dirty and that, she was getting bare pushback.
Yeah.
That wasn't well received like that.
Bitches and hoes.
So
That's
like,
part of the reason she even did it, because she wanted to kind of break away from that whole Disney.
Yeah,
but the thing is, you've got to do a hard left.
Yeah, and she Redman on the feature.
Yeah,
like, do you know what I mean? But the difference is that went number one.
Yeah. Shock Value does work, but it's got to be done well.
Yeah.
Because even in another way, I remember, so Chipmunk, Come Up, Diamond Rings, Chip Diddy Chip, nice, and he's still in school. Oopsie Daisy, second album, tattoo everywhere. Yeah, tattoo.
Bare clocks.
Smoking weed, just chains everywhere. It's too much of a hard left.
That's the light skinned nigga evolution.
Is that brother? Is that Devontae?
And Rihanna did that as well with her album. She went left. She went from
Good Girl Gone Bad.
Cute little Jamaican. Okay, no. Let me stop.
chill.
Let me stop playing games.
Hey, yo.
Yeah. But unfortunately, you might not like to hear it, Scandal also helps that as well. Yeah. Because there's justification for the hard left, the hard right, whatever. Because this mad thing happened to me. Fuck everybody. I'm just doing my thing. No one can't tell me nothing. I've gone through this traumatic ordeal, and she elevated from there, innit? So,
and it's like third album as well.
Yeah.
So
at that point,
you
like to think someone knows herself.
Maybe Chloe did too much, because I don't know. Have you seen that video where she's promoting her song and she was like sucking a lollipop? It was given. Can you send
us a link?
It was
chill. Do you know what? Yeah,
like Babe Station.
I'm like this.
Yeah, horrible.
This woman is clearly attractive, but it's just like the ones that I would never like be interested.
Can we speak on that though? There's some babes that they're very buff, but it don't give sexy.
Yeah, it doesn't.
It's not the same as sex appeal.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. Not the same thing at all. Like you can look at someone and be like, this babe is sexy.
Yeah.
But in the face, shaky for on a good day.
Are you a misogynist? I
didn't think that's what you were gonna end with.
It is true.
Okay, give me lots like top 2, top 3, attractive, but it's not sexy. And we can do celebs because, you know, they find they're rich, man. Fuck their feelings.
Alicia Keys.
Yes.
I never found her sexy.
But then she was giving let's be honest energy.
I thought she was for a long time.
Okay.
Beyonce is not.
Okay.
I think
you said it.
I think she is beautiful. She's a goddess. But I don't find Beyonce sexy. Okay, yeah. Like, I'm not attracted to her. Do you get it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's her eyes for me.
It's the eyes for you.
Yeah. Okay. That's my favorite Beyonce feature.
Okay. Chrissy?
I can't think right now, but I agree with Vans. Like Alicia Keys, very beautiful face. She doesn't give me like I'm gonna tear a pant.
I hear it. I'm trying to think who.
It's like a lot of pressure on the spot. Which male character can I think? I don't know.
Okay, tell me.
Tommy.
Tommy who?
Sexy from Power.
You're on that island by yourself. That's a deserted island.
Hold on.
The island's deserted.
Hold on.
The land is barren. There's no food.
It's literally
there's
the
no
first thing I can
water.
think of. Can you calm down, please?
I'm excited.
But I'm saying like he's got. But I've said this before. He's got that like sex appeal. But I don't think he's necessarily attractive in the face.
Okay.
See what I mean?
Yeah, but you like your milk. We'll speak about after.
Sorry?
I retracted my statement about the other guy.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah?
Right.
I don't know who I find sexy but not attractive. I don't really know. Yeah. Male-wise.
Yeah, it's a lot of pressure. Anyone? Women's is?
Women's, Ham's over there asking the questions, man. I'm just doing my job. Perks of being off camera, guys, man.
I think Summer Walker is attractive, but I don't find her sexy because she gives me like I don't wash often vibes.
Like hello, yeah.
You know what? The more she shows us on social media, I'm like, yeah, I just want to listen to your music. And I'm like, you yeah.
Natural deodorant vibes.
Yeah, the bath water's all dirty.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Her.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, Vans, when she took off the glasses and she was on holiday, I see the vision. Me too, I took off my glasses.
It still wasn't giving sexy.
No.
It gave me Aisha Curry.
That's a
very good
perfect example of girl next door. See my mum. She likes plain Jane, isn't it? Like that's.
She was like,
Sorry,
she'll
Mum.
be in church
Sorry,
Monday to
Mama.
Friday. Yeah. I want the bus down. didn't I?
Sorry, Mama.
Yeah. And even her, everyone wants to be sexy. When she wasn't getting the same level of attention, it affected her.
Oh, her mate, Angela. Is it Angela Simmons?
Simmons.
Yeah.
They were
Very
saying that
pretty
she's not.
See, if I ask the right questions, all the names start flying out.
I actually still can't think of any men though. I feel like they either just look like footback or they don't. Like there's not really.
Yeah, we don't have happy medium. We're either buff or
don't have
not.
a middle ground.
Yeah. But you're biased though because you're a bit further on the other side now, innit?
Maybe.
What can it take if you mind me asking to get you back on the other side?
I'm not saying I wouldn't date a guy.
Yeah.
It's always gonna be a bit of a spectrum. It's just gonna move. I'm definitely still attracted to men, but it just depends on who, innit, and what energy
Fair.
you bring. So.
Oh, do you know what?
That's what it would take.
I actually had some skincare questions for the girls.
Yeah, absolutely.
Go for it, Chris.
So I've got 3 questions. So number 1, what is a basic and affordable skincare routine?
Okay, basic and affordable skincare routine is just 3 steps. You only need a cleanser, a moisturizer, and an SPF for like a basic routine.
Okay.
If you don't have any major issues with your skin or you're trying to save on money, those are the 3 things. Inculus is a really good brand.
Okay.
SPF wise, Bondi Sands is a good brand as well.
That's the one I use day to day.
Nice and affordable. And then,
What's that one called? Bondi Sands.
Yeah. Because La Roche-Posay, they need
The what?
La Roche-Posay.
Someone on TikTok called them the La Roche Pussy.
Oh.
Okay. La Roche-Posay are great, but they are a bit more on the pricier side.
Just went to my pocket. I said no.
Yeah, the Posays.
It's find an alternative. But the Bondi Sands.
Jose's not cheap, bro.
Yeah, Posay's
Hello?
not cheap.
Hello. I even forgot what I was going to say. So for the side question, what would you say are, for black skin especially and skin of colour, what 3 SPFs would you recommend?
If you're going to do mineral, then they're very expensive though, but Murads, City Defense,
Okay.
Dr. V, Inzinkable,
Okay.
and I would probably say...
Sounds like superheroes. Unzinkable, you know.
Unsinkable.
I like the Biossance mineral one, but if we're just talking normal SPFs, Korean SPFs are the way to go. So Bioma have a new one.
Okay.
Isn't watery sun gel.
Oh, I haven't heard of that before.
And Bondi Sands have one called Hydro Fluid. Fantastic.
Okay. Second question. What would you recommend, or is there anything you can do differently when you're on your cycle to help your skin?
Yeah, definitely. So
That's a great question.
Yeah. And it's a hard one because your cycle, you can have the fantastic skin. Your cycle comes, it just makes you break out. Yeah. I would say definitely keep niacinamide in your routine just as like a consistent thing.
What is that?
Helps to it's like a vitamin B5 derivative. And what it does is it just I'm getting all sciencey here.
Yeah. The man them are listening like, what the hell? What's it? Okay.
It's just a type of serum, and what it does is it just helps to regulate the oil in your skin so that when your cycle comes, your skin's not going to bug out. You can also think about salicylic acid the week before your cycle, which will help to get
balsamic acid.
Can you?
Salicylic acid.
Sorry.
Yeah. And also, when you're on your cycle, I know that we obviously start to have cravings, but try to regulate your cravings, and anything that would cause inflammation in your body, so things like high sugar foods, high carbohydrate foods, like processed foods, those are the things that are also going to affect your skin.
All the things we like.
So that's the week to be juicing, not eating kebab.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so I've got 6 sort of like problems, if you will. And all I'd like you to do, please and thank you, is just say what you feel is like just a good treatment. So the first one, under eye bags.
Under eye bags, you need an eye cream with actives. So something like niacinamide, vitamin C, or retinol eye cream.
Wonderful. Hyperpigmentation.
SPF is the first thing. Use SPF. And loads of hydration, and you want a tyrosinase inhibitor, which is just basically...
No.
The medulla oblongata.
Listen, my
What?
Head, my back, beneath.
You don't want us to have anything nice. Sorry.
What?
It's just something that helps to inhibit the overproduction of melanin. So I'm talking like kojic acid, vitamin C.
Well, you could have too much melanin. That's against
No.
the laws of the black man.
When your skin,
It's for the babes with the dark circles.
yeah. So like you see, if I scratched Van's back, for example,
No, don't do that. This might be a whole different podcast.
After dark.
but yeah, when you get like a scratch,
Yeah.
that's the reason it goes dark because the melanin rushes to it.
You're alright, because I got X on my hands, yeah. And when I itch more here,
Yeah.
I'm coming to see you. I'm to fix all
Here we
this.
go, man.
Oh, sorry.
Nah, Foles
Man,
gets
this
on
is-
to me about always mentioning my kid, yeah. When you mention X, bruv.
Lads, it's almost 2 hours in, bro. Like, at some point, we got to talk about me.
Oh my god.
Fair.
You need that basically.
Okay, so the third one, fine lines.
Fine lines, you want retinol. Retinol is fantastic for fine lines.
Dry skin,
Dry skin, hyaluronic acid is the key.
sensitive skin.
Sensitive skin, you want something like centella. Centella is like a really soothing ingredient.
Okay.
You want a really simple
Hear that?
skincare routine as well.
And the last one's acne prone skin.
Acne prone skin, salicylic acid, niacinamide are like the two key things that you want. You can also look into benzoyl peroxide, and also go and see a doctor. A lot of people don't consider acne as a medical issue. It's a medical issue. Go and see a doctor. There's so many things they can actually give you. Listen, run up this NHS. You lot are paying your taxes. So.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, man. Long gone are the days where like Clearasil.
Cereal?
Clearasil
Yeah.
was like the only
One-stop shop.
like type of skin stuff that I used to see on TV,
Yeah.
like targeted at teens.
Okay.
And
Oh,
that's the
yeah.
thing.
Times have changed, though, innit?
Yeah, there's a lot of teen acne, and acne follows you throughout your life. Like a lot of people don't know this, but acne is not curable. It's not. If you have a
We
predisposition,
say there's no hope. Oh, we're done.
not like that.
Oh, my God.
It can be managed. It can be managed, but it can't be cured. So,
Okay.
like I have hormonal acne, for example. When I'm super stressed, I break out.
Oh,
I
okay.
can break out of my chest, and I went 3 years without a breakout. Then I got stressed, and it was like, oh my god.
Mad.
So it's about managing it.
Yeah.
Don't think you can just buy one product and that's going to solve all your issues. A lot of people think about skin and they say, oh, I'm wasting my money, but your skin is an organ. If you caught a cold, like you have,
Yeah. Allegedly. I'm not claiming it. I'm not
Yeah.
claiming it.
But
My enemies are after me.
yeah. But if you got sick, you wouldn't say paracetamol doesn't work or,
Yeah.
I don't know, Beecham's or Lemsip doesn't work. You know that you're just going to have to continue managing it. You're going to get ill for the rest of your life. Like,
When I feel like this, the first one, I just want to go and get like soups and just all the ITIL stuff, all the stuff you should be doing day to day. You run towards them. So, oh my god, I'm ill. I need red pea soup.
Yeah. It's like a reset.
Yeah.
So you're putting your body through a reset.
No, it's just very, very true. I love them questions, Chris.
yeah, thank
No,
you.
great
That's a
questions.
question.
Let's dispel any rumors. You two didn't link up beforehand and rehearse this because, bro, it was flowing.
Well, believe in your
No,
co-host.
not Chris. Mon, it was like,
Oh, yeah, but I do.
Oh, do you know what I
She
mean?
does
Like,
that.
She put her on the spot.
believe black women,
Fitness.
bro.
this is. Don't
What
do
you
that.
did?
Don't do that. No, I love that, man.
You
know what you're talking
what happened
about,
to
innit?
like rose water? Like I never heard those.
That
I've
was
seen that in a
old
couple
school.
bathrooms.
okay. Well, on your travels.
Yeah, like in a hotel.
Oh, here we go. Let's try it. Let's try to get out
Rose
of
water
this.
is more for just, it smells nice. That's really about what it
Oh,
does.
It
right.
doesn't actually do anything.
It does. It's the water.
It's one of those like unnecessary things that brands make people buy.
Yeah, but sometimes you know what? Skincare can be luxury. Like I have things that might not do the most, but I just want to feel sensual.
They make you feel good,
sexy.
innit?
Yeah, you know.
Bro, like bath bombs, bro. Bombs.
I like that Aveeno body spray.
Oh yeah, that's good. That is very good.
I haven't been able to find that anywhere.
I feel invincible when I spray
Mel
that on.
sold that out. Bro.
Yeah.
That's when you
Shout
start
out,
trying
Mel.
to actually get into like looking after yourself. You're like, this shit's fucking expensive. You just
Yeah.
like raw.
It's not even expensive.
Okay.
That particular product. I'm saying like in general,
right,
like,
right,
if you really want to start taking.
Oh
this
yeah,
more
yeah.
seriously.
And bro, like there was a time where I was on the La Roche Posay thing, yeah. And bro,
So after a while,
nah, do you know why? Because like I was using my mum's stuff, innit? Can't lie.
no, after a while they get onto you.
Bro, she
Because
used the
it's
premium
like-
stuff. So I was like, let me secure my own batch.
The problem with us here, is we don't have no threshold in
You'll be
regards to how much we use.
using it with
So they will
no
use like that. Yeah, I'm like
decorum.
this.
I'll be using it strategically.
Yeah.
My little brother used my £50 face wash. as a body wash.
Nah, do you know
What
what?
I say, the way the soap was glistening all over your body.
Yeah, honestly. So I was like, oh, I need to secure my own batch. Let me go out and see what's going in it. Like, I went to the shop and I saw the prices and I was like, it can't be. It can't be.
Because you weren't paying for it. Now you're paying for it. You know what it's really like.
Bro, I'm like, rah, women really,
Yeah.
really.
That's why you got to get yourself a lady, bro. Just
It's not
One of
it's
the
not
perks.
cheap.
That is one of my love languages, though.
what's that?
I went
Like
in-
doing face mask Fridays and like taking out the person I'm dating, like removing their ingrown
I
hairs.
knew he was going to say ingrown hairs.
I love that.
Bro, women and ingrown
love
hairs, yeah.
black.
It's like they're waiting it for, like,
Yeah, literally, I'm
Like,
checking
living on the
everything.
horizon.
And all you niggas that don't scrub your nose with the nose dandruff.
I love that.
I mean, we got to do all that, bro. I'm happy you're taking care of yourself, so yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I love that for you. Who was the black man you confused for David Hay earlier before we started recording? I wanted to go back to that conversation. I want to see if I can get us back to that chat.
Chris Charleston.
What?
What?
Chris Charleston.
This is Chrissy being like super stern and like, yeah, I said what I said.
Yeah, Chris Charleston.
Chris Charleston. So earlier, Chrissy confused another black man for David Hay, innit?
Right.
And then somewhere we got into a conversation about like thruples and stuff before we recorded.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I wanted to get us back to that and that. So David Hay's in a thruple.
Yeah, I didn't really hear about that, so I was confused.
Yeah,
when
now I
you
just
lot were
saw
talking about
it on the timeline.
Is that what he's on these days?
I was like, raw, retired. This is what you do in retirement. All your age mates are doing punditry and that, and they got fighters and that. And you're
I
just
mean,
doing that
he's,
thruple.
no, but he's made a lot.
No, he made a lot of money this time.
Yeah, and I think he's got like all these other side businesses that are keeping him.
Wouldn't shock
afloat.
because I think he was he did have fighters for a little period. He was promoting and stuff. I've just not really seen him on the circuit, so I'm saying in jesting, but just interesting. I'm like, you know what? Live your best life, innit?
Yeah, I think he was even delving into like MMA and stuff.
Was
like
he?
managing like or being behind certain
sick.
man in it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think like with these man, like when they're on a certain level, I think like sometimes obviously they believe that certain things can run, but the women that they attract are complicit.
Yeah. So is this for men of a certain caliber and level?
Nah, I
Oh,
think
high
like
value
even
men.
men on the ground level like can do it.
So we can all have dreams.
You see
But it
them
depend-
on TikTok. So.
Yeah, I mean, but it just depends, innit? Like there's what's the term? Where like three people are in a relationship.
Thruple, yeah.
No, like the
Poly-
polyamorous relationships,
Okay.
right? There's like shows on like Channel 4 and stuff, documentaries about like or Vice docs about these things, like
Sister
where
wives.
a woman can have two boyfriends, like, and they serve two different purposes, and they're fine with it.
You got one
And
guy
I'm
that
like-
goes out to get the bacon and one guy who does all the DIY in the house.
Yeah, so like she's got she's got her artsy done, and then she, like that's just there in the yard, like just drawing and painting, burning
Writing poetry.
sage and all of that, and then you've got the other Donny that's like very much like in the city, has a city job.
You're just writing this whole play out. I love it.
Nah, I seen a,
Is that on
a
the
doc,
Yeah.
and they were completely calm. She was like, we have our days. I have my days with boyfriend one, and then my other day with boyfriend two.
Play your position.
It's gonna sound bad to say out loud, but the trend I usually see with this year is it's usually 2 5s and 2 6s.
Well,
Am I wrong in thinking this? This is just an observation.
We support you, friend.
You support me.
I support
You're thinking what I'm thinking, innit?
I mean,
I'm here now.
there's a trending throuple on TikTok that everyone talks about,
Okay.
and I'd say the two girls are quite nice.
Okay.
The man is foot. I
Foot.
told you. about this.
Foot back or foot bottom?
Foot back.
so you were wondering how he managed to secure the situation.
No, seriously.
Not even one of them,
That's
but
hate.
two.
Sounds like hate to me.
It has to be a money thing. Like that's all I have in the back.
What about an amazing personality?
Yeah,
Meh.
connection.
Yeah. Emotionally intelligent.
Were the two women together and then he joined, or was it like the?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the dynamics are.
Are they hoteps? Because that could be the difference.
He said religion usually is the sealer.
He's given like they have to call me king type.
Yeah, hotep.
Okay.
This is this is supreme hotep energy.
Teppery.
Yeah.
Hotepery.
I mean, listen, I'm all here for like poly relationships and open relationships. I don't think I could personally do it.
Yeah.
I just think I'm a one person. But I understand why some people lean to it.
Do you have jealous rage?
No, I don't have jealous rage.
Jealous rage is crazy.
Oh my gosh.
What's jealous rage?
I mean, there's a lot of people that are jealous.
Come home from work, you see him shagging
Maybe rage.
girlfriend number 1, number 2.
Nah, maybe rage is a bit mad, but like, do you get jealous?
I think jealousy is a natural feeling. Yeah, everyone gets jealous.
Oh, you are definitely a Caribbean politician. Someone asked you, do you get jealous?
I think
Everybody jealousy. Everybody gets jealous.
I think that's a perfect answer.
Side eyeing like when he's hugging babes in the venue.
When you have to dash a banana peel.
So you couldn't do it, basically, is what you're saying.
No, I don't think I could.
Oh no, okay, cool. No, the obvious example I'm giving is like you and a girl are dating a guy. Could you be the girl with 2 guys though? Let's flip it on his head.
I don't think so.
2 foot back's not going to make a whole foot, no?
I can't.
Okay.
Do you know what it is as well? I feel for me towards one person. So even if I start to catch feelings for somebody, I naturally like lean into them and I want to give them my all. I just don't think I could stretch that across 2 people. I doubt it. I would feel like it would go against my own personality to do that.
Have you ever been intercepted?
What do you mean?
Like when you're just when you feel like you're about to catch feelings for someone else just
Yeah,
Van Dyke.
that happened. There was I started redating somebody that I knew from like uni.
You say redating.
Yeah, so
Spun the block.
I spun the block. I
As
don't
the
spin
kids
the
would
block
say.
anymore.
Oh, you spun the block.
I decided I wanted to talk to him again. Oh, this is gonna come off so bad. He was in a relationship, and I basically was like, I'm ready now, so you can break up with
Alicia
her.
Keys. If you ask me,
I
I'm
pulled a
ready.
Don't use those lyrics
I
for
pulled a
evil.
bit of an Alicia Keys, and
Okay.
then so we were dating, and then a girl came about, and I really liked her, so I locked off that and went.
Oh.
Wait, so you went to go and
I scattered. Yeah,
in the words of you went to go and teeth the people them's man,
I did.
and then
I did.
someone then stole you from him.
A back job. Yeah.
Yeah.
I hear it.
Everyone's like,
Put him under the bag.
Obviously, that was like a decade ago.
Many moons ago.
you're not the
Yeah,
same
yeah.
person anymore, it's
You've
fine.
been delivered. You're
People
on
PR
top
and
now.
that.
I don't take.
He has risen. You know.
People
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
take people's man.
Yeah.
it's not a brand name. It's not a brand. It's not a
my
concept.
I thought he was going to say a brand name. I guarantee it. I stand behind it. Monrowe Magic.
But yeah, no, I have been intercepted. I think
What does it feel like to be intercepted?
it's kind of confusing, but I just feel like whoever speaks more to your. Do you know what it is? As I've come of age, right?
Yeah.
The whole concept of being exclusive means nothing to me. It's we are together or we are not. You're a single person or you're not. That is just it. Whenever people say, "Oh, you're the only person I'm talking to," it's air, because what do they owe you? Do you get what I'm trying to say?
I understand, yeah.
I just feel like manage your expectations. Just manage your expectations.
What's your quote?
Everybody's single until they're not.
But isn't it also scary when like people are too quick to jump in relationships?
Yeah, it is.
So it's like, because with that being in mind, like if I'm thinking with my old hat, I'm like, okay, cool. This type of babe, there's no, it's like marry mum die. Like let's go straight away, innit? But isn't that's also a bit scary though. Like how do you jump from I saw you, I like you, we're talking, and like we're in a relationship in a very quick time period?
I'm not saying you have to do that. I'm just saying to manage your expectations. Like,
Yeah.
Also, I should basically back on man. She might be talking or doing this to other people,
Yeah.
and she's assuming I am. So just firm that, and if I don't want that to continue too long, propose.
Yeah, nah, because
Wow.
like imagine like leaving like or coming out of a 5-year relationship, and then within like a month you're in a brand new relationship, and I was like, bro, like when did you have time to
Heal.
shed tears?
yeah.
But some people, that's where they thrive the most, being in relationships.
Healing is a mad thing though, because
But like,
you have days
what have
where
you
think
learned?
You're fine, and then
Girl.
you'll be crying in the club. Like literally, it can be
At a 90-degree angle, so you don't
Oh,
bring your
we
makeup.
know.
I've been there.
Crying in the
In
club.
the club.
I can't do this. I gotta go, guys.
Blood in my eye. You don't even make it to outside.
Mad.
You're healed now, though. You've been delivered as well, man.
Yes.
Yeah. So could you do the throuple thing? Because we didn't ask you.
No.
No?
I think what we spoke about before was like a couple
Yeah.
plus our girlfriend. I feel like that's different to
like a little sister wife.
sister wife is even a bit strong. Like you come around sometimes, that's it.
Oh right. Yeah.
So there has to be a hierarchy.
You can't stay around.
I don't know. Like, oh, that was nice. So your Uber. Like that's the first.
Like we're trying to cuddle, be like,
yeah, like oh, this
You're
is
killing
nice.
the vibes.
There's a Capri Sun in the fridge. Get yourself an energy bar. Like,
Capri Sun?
Like, yeah.
Can we have some
Electrolytes and that.
adult drinks in the fridge, please?
I like
Because
Capri Sun's
that's how rumours start. Can you?
You have to have like 3 of them though.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can't just have one. But also, side story, I don't feel like the big Capri Suns slap like the regular
don't.
size Capri Suns. It's not the same.
Same with Red Bull. Those big cans, they don't slap at all. It
Red
has
Bull's
to be the normal
scary,
size
but
one.
okay.
You lot still
the
drinking
big
Red Bull? Go out, man. Have a black coffee, man, and just go about your day, man.
Red Bulls
have
are,
to.
yeah. Mad.
I couldn't do it. Maybe like
Yeah.
the occasional +1, like maybe like an occasional consistent +1, but not.
Occasional, consistent plus one. I love
but
that.
Do you know what I mean? Like, so
Yeah.
it's not like
Someone that you know.
Sometimes we could just be like, oh, should we?
Maybe you're not saying it, but how it comes across some people is like that person can be a little bit disposed with. So like, we have our fun with you, but don't linger too much for this to become a problem.
No, but also I think it's very important that everyone is on the same page
Yeah.
because similarly,
Yeah.
you could have someone that's like, oh, do you know what? I'm feeling both of them. You lot are cool, and it's not to say like you just ring them. It's like, come,
Yeah.
suck this dick,
You're not at my beck and call, but
Yeah.
you're at my beck and call. innit?
But no, but you can just be like, oh, and not to say that you don't ever speak to them aside from that. It can, everyone just cut their coat in it. And
Yeah.
when, I've always said this, when everyone is on the same page, no one's lying to anyone about what this is, then we move.
This is.
What do you reckon, Vans? Can you do it? Could you handle 2 women at the same damn time?
I don't think I can.
Okay.
I like peace too much.
I like the fact you went there. Like it was going to give you a headache.
Women are expensive as well, you know. Imagine
Yeah.
times 2.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking about timekeeping, I'll be honest.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah. I would fail immediately. Yeah. I still need to work on myself.
God's still got work to do.
Yeah. God really does.
But at that angle, people want to come and convince, like, no, we can change him, we can heal him.
I know him.
That's how it starts, bro. It's like, no, girls, I'm not ready. They're gonna flock to you more, but I can see it already, bro.
It's quite hard to navigate around one person's feelings anyway. So if you can imagine
2.
people, like there's a lot of combinations.
Oh, mate.
And sometimes you can just wake up and your head can just take you. Like, I'm just not in the mood for anybody's anything today.
it.
And then you've got not only your partner, the original partner or partner A,
Yeah.
now partner B.
Those shows you were talking that you referred to earlier, Vans, are a lot of those shows, are those people living together? The ones that you've watched that you referred to?
The documentaries and stuff.
Yeah. Well, the one that I did see, I think she lived with one of them.
Okay.
And the other, like, he would just, like,
Kinda
he
come
would
and go.
have, yeah, he would come when the other person wasn't there, basically.
Right.
Which was a bit weird, but hey, man,
Yeah.
like,
you like
if
it,
it
I
works
love
for them, yeah. If you like it, I love it. Like, it wasn't like as I've grown older, you know, you kind of like see the world a little bit differently and understand that like there's no one playbook. Everyone like loves differently. Everyone leads their life a little different to you. Obviously, like we have the conventional way is what we've been taught growing up.
Yeah.
But then as you kind of see the world for what it is with your own lens, you understand that like there's a lot of people that just live alternative lifestyles. And if they're into it, then okay, innit?
No, I like people that are willing to. You got status quo and they live according to their rules, and they lean into it and they do their thing in it. So
There's I was watching a series on Amazon called Harlem.
Oh, I love Harlem.
Right,
So
have you seen the
good.
latest season?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Harlem's good.
She is jarring on the show, but anyway, there's a group of 4. Is it 4 of them or 5?
it's 4.
4. So there's 2 that are 2. Sorry, I'm just trying to wrap my brain
No,
around
take
the
your
right
time.
characters.
you got a dark
So-
skinned babe who just carefree doing her thing.
Yeah, so you've got two queer women in within the four.
One is like an
out of
actual
four.
lesbian, and then the other is just kind of finding out she likes women. So
Yeah.
she's
So there's one on their journey and one that is fully fledged, right? So the one that's fully fledged, she's like an eligible
Bachelorette
in in the right terms. Like she's just like she's out here basically, right? So there was a time where she had been previously married to a man, right? And then he comes back, he's trying to go through the divorce and take her money, whatnot.
Oh yeah, I've seen
staying
this.
in the yard, right? So she goes, she wants to like leave the yard because she don't want to be with the Donny, right? So then she goes to live with a lesbian couple, thinking that it's lit every night, where they're just like, nah, we just live like regular lives. We do our like thing, like we work, we do our hobbies, and we just chill, sit in front of a TV.
David Attenborough.
Do you know what I mean? Like where like her stance to love was, or her idea of like a lesbian couple would just be them at it like rabbits all the time. Do you know what I mean? Like scissoring and that. But it was the polar opposite. She was like, I'm bored. You know what? At the end, she was like, "Oh, this is lovely, but I haven't found this yet.
Beautiful
I got a bounce.
I'm still
This is like
out
15
here.
years down the line for me,
I want to
yeah.
go to the club
Yeah.
and see what's up until she meets someone that like wants to take it slow.
How far into the seasons are you?
I finished it.
Okay, cool. So do you remember the bit where she comes out of the room and the daughter's there?
Yeah,
like
she was.
She chopped the daughter. She almost chops the mom.
Yeah. So
There's a lot going on still.
That's the reality of relationships, though.
What, almost chopping the mum and daughter?
No, the reality of relationships is that it will be boring at times.
Fols is-
and that's,
Don't do it, man.
it is.
it's a
like,
possibility. That's all I'm gonna say.
What's
Okay.
that saying? Is that when you're used to chaos, stability and peace looks boring. It's
Very true.
The truth. Like when you're settled and stuff,
Yeah.
you're not going to be at it like rabbits every day. You're gonna.
Oh, no, people think once you move it, I'm gonna tell you now. That's not how it goes.
Yeah.
You're gonna have your hot and cold periods.
Yeah.
There's a stark difference between Monday to Friday sex and weekend sex. Weekend sex is way more lit.
Oh.
Monday to Friday, I'm just a squirrel trying to get a nut. We need to do what we need to do. We both need to get up. Let's get to it.
Fair enough.
The people that live with their partners, trust me.
As long as the message is mutual.
Oh no.
Yeah, because
People are gonna start calling it false selfish.
No. Impossible.
Pussy can't.
I told you, man. Cater to you, man. It's top 5, isn't it?
Yeah, man. Take
Both
off the
ends, innit?
shoestring.
Yeah, come on, you gotta do your bit,
Do
man.
rag. Or whatever you got on.
It's turban, my brother. It's my crown.
I hear that.
I'm getting my Hotep bag as well, man.
Hey man, the hair's growing long.
It's working wonders, man.
Whenever
I've got loggers
Eid's
of people
coming.
like, this is a strong look for you. I'm seeing more people that I've not seen in a little while.
Oh, you're getting them DMs now, yeah?
No.
locks are
and,
the way,
and also, now's crazy, by the way. I don't like how he said that.
Oh. Nah, I didn't mean it like that. Come on, bro.
he said you look like footback mad.
No,
Nah, I
he didn't say
that.
that.
Crazy.
I didn't say that.
That's how people's mics get muted, bro. That's what's going on here.
Heel bottom.
I'm just saying that like there's a lot of great PR towards the man them with locks right now, and I'm like,
But there's that like it's a loud minority over there that still want the waves or
yeah,
like
the short back
little-
and sides,
the
where
little
they
messy high top. Like, why are all the guys growing their hair and that? Like,
Nah, the locks are the way. So.
yeah. But we have
Men and
like
women.
we have a lot of competition with the babes as well, with the lesbians. State like they're running that race with us, and then
Studs with the-
they're I don't know if they're neck and neck
No.
or they're a little bit ahead.
They're a little bit ahead.
They're a little bit ahead, low key. Yeah.
yeah, add a bit of color, have them little dirt
because
joints.
they all go and do the highlights, all that extra stuff. Yeah, they look good though. I'll give it to them.
Little young MAs, yeah.
Okay, is that your bag? Little young MA.
I don't really have a type. With
You're the types of babes you love.
Wait. Nah.
Is that wrong?
You get on my nerves.
What does that mean though? When like someone says I don't have a type.
If you like me, I like you, innit?
Yeah, because you know some people have a specific type, and it's like this is what I go for.
Tall, dark, and handsome.
All the women, and I'd say most of the men I've dated, all look very different. Like there's not like consistency amongst them.
Right.
Among them, no,
Right.
not really.
Is there
So
a common
dark and
denominator though? Like, not look wise, maybe like character or persona.
Yeah, I'd say
I'm trying to do Build a Bay right now. Trying to
humor, definitely.
Okay.
Making me feel like very safe and feminine is like my new one.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's like mainstream nowadays.
Nah, I
like,
need
oh yeah,
that,
me
man.
like bringing out my
Yeah.
That's a top 10.
feminine side.
Yeah. I want to walk in my femininity. Yeah.
Love a
Like,
girl
what?
era.
You might sound like the O2 with that one.
No,
so
but for
angry.
real,
Yeah.
real, that. And I'd say like someone I can learn something from. Like, I need.
I just got to sound rude, but did you go to school though? What's like?
Nah, I hear that,
No.
but I'm talking. You need to teach me something different.
Oh yeah, I want my man to teach me.
No, like just as in the most humble way. I'm very smart. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm very, very smart. So
You know, there's no humble way of saying that. I love
Nah,
that. If
there
you're smart,
isn't.
I rock with you. But there's no humble way of saying that I'm mad smart.
Nah, it isn't. I am mad smart and I do a lot. Like, so if I'm gonna date somebody, they need to be doing a lot as well. So I need to look at you with respect and with like awe. So I love somebody who's ambitious or they have like a passion that they're really into. And even if
Yeah.
it's something, you know, something that I may not have an interest in, I want you to tell me about it. I want you to teach me about your passion. That's
Yeah.
like a big thing for me.
Okay.
Yeah, so you see, like Monroe said to all you Donnies and Donettes, if you have spelling mistakes in your text,
Yeah, that's a big one. So.
Do you want someone to teach you stuff, Chrissy?
Yeah, because I completely agree. I'm a smart babe, and like you can't be dense. What the hell is that?
Fair.
no conversation.
You don't know about current affairs again. Like,
Oh,
just-
I need to come
Can't
over
broaden.
like, geopolitics. I'm on the way home from work here.
I'm talking about the G8 summit.
my AirPods in China.
no, but on a serious level, like one thing I like to do is learn stuff, like genuinely, and that's
Yeah.
why I know so many. Like, I feel like I know a lot.
Are you?
about a
Would
lot.
you be good for like a general knowledge pub quiz?
Yeah.
Absolutely,
Okay.
absolutely, because I just know, like, because what will happen with me is someone will say something, and I'll be like, oh, let me Google that, and then
That
I'm
is-
like down a rabbit hole, and I'm like, I've spent half an hour learning about like lava was my most recent one, and what I learned is that if you, as a human, if you land on lava, you won't actually burn to death. What will happen is that the heat from the lava will evaporate all the water in your body, so that's how you will die, and then your
What a
body
way
will
to
basically
die.
ossify
Internally,
after that.
you know?
Yeah.
I'm so interested in
I was
that.
like, wow.
It would suck all the water from your body.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
the
won't
heat,
actually
this-
like
just-
get taken down.
So like you'll just look like a shriveled.
You'll boil inside out, basically.
Just like that.
That's crazy.
But then I just
Like
spent
a
a lot
gremlin.
of time like researching, like not researching, but just looking into volcanoes and
Yeah.
all the rest of that. So I need to be able to, like, one thing I love doing is being like, guess what I learned today? And
There's a
I need
Netflix
to
doc.
like, do you know what I mean? Like there was I love watching documentaries and stuff.
You're a
like
docu
that,
babe, though, innit? So,
I
yeah.
want to be able to, like, you might understand this, be like, oh my God, guess what I read today?
Yeah.
And I know that you probably don't care.
But I want you
Enough,
to.
but seem interested and be able to ask me a sensible
No,
question.
listen, let's be honest. This is honestly ours. See, last week we were talking about fake podding. So like some of the little chit chats you have beforehand, or like, let's say you came and say you wasn't necessarily in the best of moods, or whatever, but you still got to kind of perform a little bit. You know, we're going to talk about skincare, so you start reeling off all the stuff.
Yeah.
There's an element as a boyfriend, husband, partner, that we just have to fake interest in conversations.
Yeah.
And we're sat there, and the best way to get through it is just ask open questions. Who, what, where, why, how?
And that's fine.
It's true.
it gives us more to talk about. You
Yeah,
start
yeah.
waxing lyrical.
Reeling off.
And you're like, and you remember Ray J when he's changing his hat in the Breakfast
Yeah,
Club?
yeah,
Gives it-
yeah.
Do you know what, Mon? It's so funny you say like validation, because last week we were talking about the whole like, would you love me if I was a worm thing? And it's like, I know
Just
I'm
answer
never
my
going to
question.
turn into a worm, but just validate this
Validate
conversation.
I want you to valid.
Yeah,
But
and as I've gotten older, I'm okay with saying that. Like, yeah, I know you don't validate me. Like,
Yeah.
talk to me.
Oh, so we've got to play the pretend game, innit?
Yeah, no, but you can't be dense. Like, you still have.
No,
to
that's fair. That's fair. Like, if you are, book smart, street smart, all the other smarts, I'm not mad at you. Want someone that's going to be on your level, innit?
Yeah.
Like, do you know what the worst thing is? Dating somebody and you've asked them like, "Oh, so what were you up to today?" And they're like, "Nothing.
Just
much.
chilling.
Just went to gym." It's like, you're
But what if
boring.
that was genuinely their day, though? Are you not
Okay, but
allowed
are you
that?
gonna do that every day?
Not every day, but like this is the thing. This is the
I
problem.
want to know what you
She
were
wanted
eating.
shit.
I want to know what you have for lunch. I want to know what you watched. Everything.
But I think we've been corrupted because of the lockdown. use this time wisely. So now, Donnie's can't ever have an off day where I'm literally just chilling.
She wants you to be closing deals.
You on the phone to Alan Sugar?
Yeah.
Just not every day. Just not every day. Like, I can't be the most interesting person.
No, I do also
in
get
the
is,
relationship
if
like
this
that.
is conversation being had via text, I get it, because there's nothing worse than getting like a one-word answer. It's like I'm getting blood from a stone here, innit? So I do get that. We need to engage in it. So
You can't be.
I feel like validation is important. I think everyone, like, people like to act like they don't like validation. You do. That's why you have Instagram. That's why, you know, you post certain things. It's human nature to like validation.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's just about learning.
use the hashtag, man.
I lie.
Validate us.
I lie.
Quote tweet us.
Quote tweet us.
People want to hear that they're pretty or they look nice, or they want to hear, I care about what you're talking about.
From the right one.
That's the
That's
the fine print.
Yeah, from the right one.
Because Chris is gonna get DMs. Donnie's giving her book suggestions and that book of the week.
Documentary.
And there's nothing worse than someone you're not feeling. Like, they could go through hell and high water and you still be a bit like.
That's why the game's so cruel.
Don't we know
his
it?
best over there doing all the things he thinks she likes, but just not from the right person, isn't it?
It's giving stalker. Why do you know this? Whereas if it's someone you're feeling, you're like, oh my god, they're so in tune. He listens.
And you know what? When they say like sometimes persistent works, I want everyone to be guided and stop.
Be very guided.
Oh no, we don't. The persistent. I need you to like me as soon as I like you as well. We're not doing all that.
Yeah, but
I really can't take rejection as well. I
We know about women that don't like a rejection.
I haven't sent a DM.
Obviously, I'm not going to move mad. I just say I don't like it because it doesn't usually happen. I just don't like being rejected.
But there's
If
some
I like
warriors
you, you
out
should
there
like
that
me.
fought in the Battle of Hastings.
Yeah. I'm ready to go to war.
Like,
I've already got my Victoria Cross. Shouts out to them, man, that are still in the battle. Man are coming out of retirement.
like, if I'm feeling you, why don't you
love me?
immediately in love with me?
That's the irrationality right there, if that's the
Like-
word.
But then you've got Ice Spice. You thought I was feeling you.
Yeah, because
Like, you have to be.
That nigga munch.
like, why you? Yeah.
Okay, Chrissy. Also, before we go, what can we do to get Chrissy in the influencer sector as well? I'm trying to help. I want you to secure more bags as well.
I love that.
Yeah.
Just consistency, babe. Consistency. Find your tribe and your identity, which I'm sure you have down, and just keep being consistent.
Do you want to know what the biggest flaw with this entire plan is? My battery rarely sees more than like 62%.
God, bro. I'm trying to get a girl to secure the bag. Yeah, talk about it's not.
I don't know if you don't saw my face, but throughout all that little discourse that you lot were having, I'm like, it's all cute.
No, I thought you just hated.
No.
I'd be so. Do you know what? One of the things that I maybe like accountability that I actually really, really, really want to get into this year is like voiceover work and voice act. I really want to do that. So I've actually started Googling just different
agencies.
Yeah, like where to go, classes, like investing in myself. I feel like that one I can do because it's like behind the scenes. I have anxiety, so like they were talking about that listener that came up to her. She was really lovely about it, but I'm also like.
And can I tell you something? That anxiety doesn't go away. It may not look like it, but I actually have quite bad social anxiety, especially. If I have to wear my contacts when I go into a room, if I can't see every individual in that room, I'm on edge.
Yeah.
You just have to fake it until you make it.
Yeah, you've walked past me a few times still.
I'm so sorry. See what I mean?
No, I'm joking,
ignoring Vans in the dance?
No, I'm joking,
Crazy.
I'm joking.
That's against the law.
That's never
That's a
happened.
lot.
But do you see, you just have to, it doesn't really change. And the higher up you go, the more the influencers get bigger. Like, I remember when I went to dinner with Idris Elba, Sabrina Elba. My social anxiety there's not a scale that can quantify.
Did you start moving like, what's my man? Have you guys been watching Bel Air?
Oh, no.
How Hillary was moving at the dinner table with the Muslims.
What, season 2?
Yeah.
Nah, I haven't seen it.
How was she moving?
She went basically, what's Will's best friend again? What's his name again?
Jazzy Jeff.
Yeah. So it's finally time for her to meet his family. And she turns up all akied off. She had the headscarf, everything.
Bro, you're saying too much.
Bro, she was at the dinner table. She just started talking about the history of Islam. Like, they're like, yo, can we have dinner? She just got too awkward. They're like, we appreciate the effort, but can you relax? And like, it's a lot.
I hear it.
But do you know what a big thing is as well? For me, people who I know very well, like I can be the life of the party, great, fantastic. And the issue there is when there's people that I don't know necessarily that are not necessarily expecting, but I can't be, not to say like this isn't who I am, but I can't be like that all the time because like just all these new people. And I've always said I could easily talk to a room full, like no bullshit, of 1,000 people easily. I'd be fine. But put me in a room one-on-one, having a one-on-one conversation with I don't know, I'd actually rather drink cement.
Oh my God.
Like, I'll be so honest. Like,
yeah, I hear it.
It's not for me.
It's practice. And I think as an influencer, sometimes you get like solo invites. I get a lot of +1 invites, but sometimes I get a lot of solo invites. And then I'll go and everyone knows each other and I don't know anyone. And it is practicing, like, because networking is a skill. So just sometimes I'll kind of like mentally prepare myself with some question openers. If it's about a brand, if it's like a brand thing, one of my big openers is always like, oh, have you used the brand before? What do you think of it? And then, like you guys said, open-ended questions where they can talk. What do you do? Do you know a lot of people here? Things like that. Oh, how long have you been doing content? Yeah.
Chris is already falling asleep.
Oh, and I'm scared. You're really scaring me.
I think the hardest thing as well is when people are in a group or a huddle and trying to like get in, and I always just go, oh, can I slip into this conversation? Like, because people are not going to be like, oh, no. They usually they know that you're there by yourself, and then they feel to make you more welcome.
Yeah, because if I think about times when someone has said that, you'd be like, oh my God.
Yeah, come.
Of course, but I suppose this social anxiety thing, it's like, no, they're going to tell me to go away, and like, oh my God, gay away, scary.
I hear you, socially anxious, but if me and Chrissy are in a dance on that now, and it's time to start spraying our dollars, she would dance like David dance. You're not anxious then, man.
Because I'm a Nigerian babe,
There we go.
and money is in the conversation. Okay, let's have it right, Fola.
I hear you, man. I hear you. I didn't even prep anybody, but I don't know if you guys have seen the Dalai Lama video. He's moving brazy, and brazy were moving insane. You've seen it, Vans?
Yeah.
What is that?
Disgusting, bro.
I have no words. I think he's trying to now say that it's a cultural thing, like a Tibetan thing. And I just think
Tibetans are like, we
like,
Speak French now?
Yeah, no, that was crazy, man. And like, I mean, like his status in the world and stuff, like, I think it's there's been outrage, but not it's a different type of outrage, if you get what I'm saying. Like, it's not like, oh my gosh, like, let's crucify him from like, from an upper level of, it's just been socially that I've seen.
Okay, yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, so
but he probably knows where the bodies are buried, like them kind of people, they're powerful people, isn't it? So
I think it's one of those situations where unfortunately it's gonna get swept under the carpet.
Because he went to like greet the child like forehead to forehead. Like, I see that's wholesome.
Family was doing lots.
Then tried to kiss the child on the lips. You can see the child being uncomfortable. Then Donnie stuck his tongue out and was like, suck my tongue. Why I was like, this is crazy. I was like, is no one gonna like try and we're doing this publicly? Like, it's mad as it is already. It's like, so what's going on behind closed doors if no one's even reacting in any way at all?
Yeah.
This is it, man. And it's just one of those things where like we are seeing like in 4K.
Say PDF file, because obviously YouTube and that thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah.
But we
in 4K, live and direct. Yeah. You can't call it anything other than that. Call it weird is like best case scenario.
And I think there's such a danger as well with like even putting your child and whatever on TikTok and stuff. You just don't know how people are going to take that content. I think you have to just be careful. That's the thing. There's sickos in the world, and there's not much we can do. You can only protect your own type of thing.
Now, I don't know this person to have like, but remember when I was saying like, there's certain people that are going to be squeaky clean for the majority of their career, but then sometimes there's just that one moment where they lose themselves and they reveal themselves, and you're like,
This someone that's a high level religious figure and that.
Yeah, bro,
So
it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
This is what I'm saying.
Trey Songz out of here.
You're waiting for that one.
Trey Songz needs to. Yeah. Do you know how many? I'm sorry. He has so many
Multiple
accusations on his name.
Yeah.
Billy Goat.
It's insane.
Accusations.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. It's
He's
just
been quiet for a minute as well, which
because you can't work the circuit, because the first questions they're going to ask you are, why do you have 15 cases or 20 cases? Like, what's going on? Any decent, reputable news outlet, platform, podcast. Okay, yeah, nice new single, cute. Oh, nice abs. So about the cases,
Right.
and who wants to deal with that? Guilty or innocent? So of course he's gonna stay in hiding. You know, so yeah, I don't understand what's going on with that, but yeah, that one's mad. But even just seeing that Dalai Lama video, I was just like, Ross, what are you doing behind the scenes, and whose kid is that? Where's your parents, bro? What's going on?
You know, like that.
and it depends on where you're from, and
Yeah, that also, yeah.
you know how he was saying, how you were saying on that, he was trying, his rebuttal was that it's a cultural thing.
Yeah.
So they could also, his parents could also be like, yo, this is a figure that we look up to, where they try and downplay what they've just seen and stuff that. So we don't know. We can say where are the parents, but we just don't know the mindset of the parents.
True. Yeah. I was just mad. I was like, right, this is we really seen the video of this. That's what it was more that was almost why it was more shocking, because I know these things happen, obviously behind the scenes, but like I said, 4K live and direct. So, but I don't want to sour the mood. I'm sure we can find something else to talk about a little bit more lighthearted. We have a segment on our podcast. We talk about what we're watching at the minute. So I can let you go first. Have you got anything at the minute like you're watching that you want to recommend or dive into?
Yeah, I started watching a series on Netflix called Beef.
I've seen one recommended. Is that good?
It is. It's different. It's just not what you would think it would be, and we don't really actually see that much Asian representation like that. They have someone who's Japanese, Korean, Chinese. It's very kind of diverse in that respect. And yeah, it's deep. I like it. I like it so far.
What is it about?
It's basically about a road rage incident where this man and this woman end up in this insane beef. It just sounds so straightforward, but they
so someone cut someone off in traffic, and they're beefing now because of it.
Literally ruin each other's lives.
That's mad.
But then their lives start intertwining, and there's a lot happening.
Okay.
It's very good.
Do you know what it is? Yeah, I don't know if you said, is this Korean?
No, it's not Korean.
Just say Southeast Asian.
Right.
Korean,
But what I was gonna say is that Korean cinema is on the up at the moment, especially after on the up.
Oh,
After especially after
Vans ain't got a lisp. Don't worry.
The yup. I'm like, what a yup is?
I say yup.
Nah, after watching Parasite, Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Because you were saying about, I was like, if I'm right, Netflix, the last couple of years, I've seen more and more
they're trying
Asian
to push
content.
international films.
Yeah, they're
Have you seen
branching
The
out.
Glory?
No.
Oh no, what's that?
The Glory is a Korean series.
Right.
So good.
Okay.
And one good thing about Korean series is that they're actually quite short, so you can watch it as a whole. It's not like you're tied in for life like Scandal.
So you're saying it's ideal for a sleepy babe?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Are you a sleepy babe?
I'm such a
Chrissy.
sleepy babe.
Oh my god.
The sleepiest babe.
But no,
It's
I agree
ideal,
with
man.
you. Korean cinema is definitely on that.
Yeah, man. Grab a little Korean barbecue and then watch a Korean movie.
Oh, look at you. I've watched Pepsi, Where's My Jet?
Oh, how
really
did you
wanna
find
watch
that?
Listen, amazing.
Really?
Told you.
Alright, cool.
No, amazing. I was like, Rod. So basically,
Never heard of it.
Without kind of giving the game away too much. I don't know. You spoke about this on it
Yeah,
before?
yeah.
But had you watched it? We just recommended
No,
it.
I'd watched it.
Yeah, okay, cool, perfect. So we can bounce on a little bit.
Yeah.
So it just dives into. So Pepsi had this whole big ad campaign about basically collecting points if you buy almost like loyalty. If you buy these Pepsi cans, Pepsi bottles, you get a certain amount of points, and you can win certain things, which they range from a T-shirt, a hat, all the way up until a fighter jet.
Yeah.
But they never thought someone would actually collect enough points to get the fighter jet or take it seriously and it just follows this guy on his quest to actually get his fighter jet, because he found a way to finagle the system through buying a certain amount of cans, bottles, and also buying points, because you're allowed to buy points as well. And yeah, just basically, I don't want to give away too much. It basically follows that journey of him trying to get his fighter jet, and the back and forth when you're dealing with a multinational company and the powerful lawyers, and just that little small man against fighting the big corporation, what that looks like, and the interesting characters you meet along the way, because you're dealing with something that's like tens of millions of dollars. You're gonna meet all these different characters that want to slice of the pie. So now I properly enjoyed it. I was like, rah. It also looks into the loopholes in advertising as well, and the good and bad side. So the bad side for the consumer, so targeted ads for kids, for them to go and pressure their parents and go, mummy, daddy, I want this. And then the other side where if companies aren't careful, the consumer can fight back. And this was kind of an example of that. What was the, do you remember what streaming platform that was on, Chris? Was
That's
it
on Netflix.
Netflix,
It's on Netflix as well, yeah? Okay, cool.
Yeah. I've watched Night Agent. I finished it, but I fell asleep, so I need to start
What's
again.
that?
Night Agent
Oh yeah,
on Netflix.
Yeah, yeah.
It's about a guy. He's like in some government basement somewhere, like, and then the phone rings, ring, and he's like, "Hello, you good?"
I'm feeling like you're not really rating The Night Agent because
I'm just loading up.
you fell asleep.
Can we-
Sleepy Bay PR in the mud.
Yeah.
So like I was saying, the guy answers the phone and it's just what happens, like the story that unfolds and who's on the other end of the line and who are these people that are dead, and his dad has been framed for something, so that he's trying to clear his dad's name, and mystery.
So
good.
mystery.
Yeah.
I like Night Agent.
So good.
Yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it. And I'm already looking forward to season 2. I think they were talking about it's already been renewed.
2024.
Yeah, so it's I want to see like how I want to see them progress the story further. Like after what we've seen in season 1, we know that there's a lot of corruption within the government, the US government in particular, and I want to see like the story between him and Rose blossom a little bit more.
Yeah.
Don't ruin it. I haven't finished yet.
No, I'm with it. I didn't want to do it off the back of the Dalai Lama conversation, but have you guys seen the whole naked education thing that Channel 4 they're programming?
I haven't watched it. But
Okay.
obviously, I've seen the concept.
Yeah. So so for our listeners, so what's the concept behind the show?
So the concept is that they're trying to kind of advance, I guess, sex education.
Yeah.
By revealing themselves to kids
In the physical form.
in the physical form.
Okay, so
Allow it.
so from the clips that I saw, it wasn't very clear to me. So when they're like naked in themselves, do they have
Naked in themselves.
Yes, when they are naked in themselves,
Naked.
do they have the kids?
The kids are
They're-
there.
They're like a classroom setting, I'm
Yeah.
right here.
So what? This is like naked attraction for the kids.
Yeah. Like, I get the concept. I just think the delivery is all wrong. And
I'm good with a diagram, you know.
I feel like if they were going to do that, maybe a video or digital. But even that, I don't think it needs to be... Kids are not stupid like that. It doesn't need to be that...
That's for TV and like clickbait, because your straight example was when we did sex education in year 6 in primary school, it was a video.
Yeah.
And it's a family, they're walking, all of them are naked. It talks about the body parts and how to put on a condom, all these things. But we watched a video. I didn't need Steve's dad to stand there and be naked with the hairy chest and that. I just like...
Maybe I was suspended during sex education.
Of course you would be. Look at
remember.
you. They got rid of all the horny kids.
Excuse me.
So yeah, like if I was to give benefit of the doubt, that would be like that. Yeah, get the idea to an extent, shit execution, but I don't know if I really want to give benefit. I don't understand why adults need to be naked in front of kids live and direct.
That's the exact
believe
thing.
that.
Is what is the purpose of it?
Yeah, and I'm talking like total strangers. Like people are raised differently. Some people in their households, it's not crazy to see one or two, or if not both of their parents naked or semi-naked on a regular. It's not a big deal. But that's your household around your loved ones, isn't it? And how you guys operate as a family behind your four walls is entirely up to you. But like, if I was sending my child to school and they come up and tell me, I've seen X, Y, and Z in school, I'm gonna lose my shit.
Yeah,
I'm getting sick.
The benefit does not justify what's going on there. I don't think so.
Yeah.
I still can't believe the kids were actually there because all the clips I saw, it wasn't obvious. So I could see in the comments people were like, "Oh, this is ridiculous," but also online, I feel like people like to do the most.
Yeah, they do.
So because I know that they had the like interviews of the children where they were like, "Oh, whatever they were saying," whose parents are? Do you know what? Shout out them.
Yeah, I mean, there are going to be parents out there that are like, "Oh my gosh, this is a fantastic idea. It's really progressive,
Or
and
groundbreaking.
like, you know, all the rest of it." And those are the people that are appearing on the show. These are the kids that are appearing on the show, and they're on a platform that, you know, like to be daring, and you know, they try to push the envelope a little bit. So, I'm not surprised that Channel 4 are picking this up.
Yeah.
You know, irrespective of how I feel about this show.
Yeah, this would be Channel 4.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's very
Very on
Channel
brand.
4-esque. You know what I mean? Like, we've been on here talking about that show about the Donnies with massive cocks.
Yeah, I remember that. So just for clarity, the kids are between 14 and 16. For me, that's crazy. If it was like now kids in college, even I still wouldn't necessarily love it. I wouldn't be mad at it. Like at that age, you're probably a bit more outside, isn't it?
Again, but what is the benefit? Like, even if it was for me, I would be asking, what is the benefit?
Like, what happens? Like, what are these people doing in the classroom?
Stand there naked. And imagine being signed up. I don't know like what agency you have to be signed up to have that gig. Yeah.
What's the payment?
But imagine you get there and like, so this is what we're doing. This is what I've got to do for money now.
Yeah, bro. This is what I'm saying. Like what? Like, huh? Like, I don't know, man.
Like, Naked Attraction, the show makes sense because you're trying to.
Still a wild show for me. For
It's
me,
wild.
it's still a wild show.
Do you know what it is? The presenters are fully clothed, though, isn't it?
Yeah,
That's why it's crazy. You're standing there, cock out, yeah. Donnie's there in a 3-piece suit,
bro. And there's Donnies out here that are just out here clenching cheeks.
or holding their cheeks in. Yeah. You're nervous, bro. Live TV.
Why are you on here?
The idea sounded great till you got there. All these bright lights.
Maybe they get paid.
Oh,
There was a babe that was on there 3 times
What for?
She just likes being naked.
Yeah.
At that point.
trying to secure a date based off Naked Attraction, and there was one in particular, that she picked. They went on a date, and halfway through the date, and he was like, "You know what? I gotta go work,"
That's a shit
and he
date.
dipped.
Yikes.
Tough crowd, isn't it?
So this is your third time, babe. Maybe just
Take the
don't
hint,
come back.
innit? Yeah,
take the hint.
yeah. Maybe you should conventionally date.
Yeah.
This ain't the route for you. But yeah, I didn't like it, and we all seem to be on the same page.
Yeah.
I'd be interested. I don't know. Maybe not on here, but to see people's thought process if they weren't too against it or if they liked it and why they think it's a good idea. You know.
not me though.
Let me think.
I won't
we
do
watch
that. Yeah, 'cause I was going to ask you how you felt about it.
Nah, fuck it. Let's move on. Me and Chrissy went to watch John Wick 4
Okay.
Yeah.
the other day. We were supposed to talk about it last week, but you know,
Time.
don't know. Yeah, time.
We didn't have the capacity last
Yeah,
week,
we didn't. Yeah,
remember?
we didn't have the
I
capacity.
haven't watched it yet. Don't ruin it for me.
Not gonna ruin it, but I'm gonna say that if you're into action movies, go and see John Wick 4 because there's not much dialogue. I can't lie,
Or just straight to
Is
it.
it just
fam.
He has about 12 lines, if that.
The thing is that like obviously John Wick, you know what he's about. You know that he doesn't say much. They often reference him in the movie as the Donnie that is sent to kill the boogeyman.
Yeah.
Right. So I think I don't know, or I can't remember if I've seen a fully fledged action movie like that where it's action pretty much from start to finish, and the fight scenes are mad long. Whether it's combat, whether it's with weapons, it was just brilliant for me. Like as far as action goes, like it was just nuts, and I'm like, this Donnie is literally like unbeatable.
There's one scene, I think I asked you if it was a continuous Like, do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Where they were shooting it from like a bird's eye sort of view, bro. Like even like just how it was shot. Yeah, I was just like, this is amazing.
It's amazing that he does his own stunts.
Honestly,
as well.
like the way Chip don't run out of bars is the way John Wick don't run out of bullets. He's just got like the bottomless machine.
When he's switching them clips, it's just super fast, and they're all headshots.
Was he? Remember the conversation we had when we was talking? Was he giving stiff in the film? Was he like we were talking about him being a bit of a stiff actor?
I think
it's necessary.
Someone that is pro Keanu Reeves, was like not too much on my guy.
Okay, they didn't necessarily like our.
The thing is that like, as far as like the John Wick franchise goes, I think they now know what works well with how he portrays John Wick. Yeah, right. So he's not like the type of he's doing it out of principle, bro. Like, you hurt me, so I'm gonna kill everyone. Yeah, and I'm not gonna talk much about it. That's his principle.
He's not. I
didn't bother anyone. I was in my yard.
Like, they killed his dog.
Fam, I was in my yard. I had like one of the last memories of my wife that was left, and he blew up my yard. I'm killing everyone, bro.
Pew pew. Everybody's gonna unalive.
But there's obviously like different things where like there's markers and there's certain things. There's an allegiance and stuff. Like there's things that you have to kind of abide by, and he shakes the table. So like everything is against him at this point, but like within like his battle in between like the trilogy and now the fourth one, it's like he's like got his like allies that managed to survive like the whole kerfuffle that he's caused. So now like it's just like, rah, can he still do it? Number 4, it was like the toughest one out of everything, like, and obviously along the way he's received help, but he was really mashing works. And I was like, rah, Jason Bourne will defeat him. Now I'm not so sure.
Okay,
I'm not so sure, bro, because he was fighting. He was getting his MMA work in this one as well. Yeah. So it weren't just a gun thing.
Yeah. You want knives? He's got that. You want tin eaters? He's got that as well. A little sword.
Fam.
Martial arts for them.
All he needed was his suit. And that was that.
Because I think isn't the concept of this one that he kind of like, he's run out of allies, right? And he's kind of like, he doesn't really have anyone.
So yeah, so basically in the third one, everything, all the privileges of the people in his world has been taken away from him. He's been, what's the term that they used?
Decommunicated.
Oh no, yeah,
excommunicado. Yeah, that's the one. So
what? What's going on over there?
Hey, but anyway, so like there's like this whole like, I don't know what underworld this is, bro. Like where there's this department, where like when they announce it, it's done, and then they just send out like text messages like to 50 numbers. This is the ransom that's like now on his head. And then he could just be walking through like Times Square, and then there's like the sumo wrestler that's trying to like take him out, and he has to be on job.
I'm gonna go watch it.
The price just kept on going up and up and up and up.
That's something that you should watch in the cinema.
Okay, facts. So it's worthy of a cinema run.
Facts.
You should watch it in the 3DX thing.
2 recommendations for actually for talking about cinema. Please go and watch Rye Lane, and I think that's very fitting because Rye Lane is fantastic. It's so cute, and also if you can go and see it, I don't know if it's still running now, but if you can go and see it before it stops, go and watch For Black Boys. We
said we're gonna go see it. I'll put in the message as well.
Oh, it's one of the best productions I've ever watched. Like, I want to go and watch it another 2 or 3 times.
Is it better than Barbershop Chronicles?
I've had some people that went, and they were was the, as much as it's geared towards us, what was the mix like in the room in terms of blacks and non-blacks?
It was like 60-40.
Okay.
So I think a lot of white people got told, you guys should watch this to understand like race relations and stuff better, and what black kids can go through, or black boys.
Did they react to the right bits though? Because like there's sometimes be like culturally a little bit clueless. So like the bits you're not meant to laugh at, they're laughing at.
There was some, but I definitely think there was some. They missed a lot of cultural references and a lot of like there's more kind of black British references that you'd only get if you were in our world type of thing, which they definitely didn't get.
Okay.
It was really good.
The thing is, as we grow more, it's harder because a lot of our best talent is trying to go Hollywood though. But the hope is we grow more and we have more of us on television, in cinema here, so they can get their reference points. Obviously, we've all grown up knowing a lot of American shows, black and white. So even for the more mainstream audience in the UK, if they're referencing a black person, a lot of that will probably be American leaning as well. Because over here, you're on the bill, and after that, you're trying to go America, bro.
Well, I think we've sat here and spoken about the type of narrative that really gets promoted, like as far as like the big screen, in the Black British space, and like I think a lot of people were tired of it. Like, you know, it's not always the gang thing, which is what we were saying. So like that gives more of that should give more of an incentive to people to go out and support Ryan.
But you know, there's a lot of cap in their rap, so let's be honest about that as well.
Yeah, but like with the love that I've seen from Ryan, like it has been of no other. Like, because obviously the content is a little bit different to what we are usually privy to see. So like, when every review that I've seen has been positive,
that's good.
Like, you know, like I'm surprised that I haven't been or I haven't had the opportunity to watch it yet.
You do. I sent the thing to you, like, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
no, like even like with multiple screenings that we just missed.
Yeah.
At the time.
But we was working that day. Of course. If we weren't working that day, we would have gone to the screen and seen it and stuff. So from that perspective, I understand it. I'm trying to think what else. You know, we'll do the Snowfall recap once the season's over. I'm just saying, I watched episode.
I haven't watched
Bro,
it,
I'm 2 seasons behind.
Two.
I haven't started it. Yeah.
Damn.
I'm gonna start it. I will.
Well, you started Snowfall at all?
I haven't started it at all.
No,
I've
you
got
should.
a list of shows that everyone's like.
I heard last season was a dud.
What, season 5?
What is it, season 6 now?
Season 6, yeah. Season
5
was a little bit.
Yeah.
Obviously, John Singleton's passed away, so it's a little bit here and there, but yeah, I will do that properly.
Yeah, do you know what? I have been meaning to catch up. And Power 2, I haven't caught up. I need to catch up.
We'll catch up properly. Before we do get here properly though, any new music recommendations? I'm loving this Daniel Caesar album.
He's back.
He back. He apologized to the black women's. I don't know if they've accepted the apology just yet. We'll see if the streams tell a different story or not.
I don't think he's gonna beat these charges simply because there's a lot of noise around his co-collaborators and the charges that they're facing at the minute.
Yeah.
So
it's tough.
It is tough. And he's as talented as they come. Like the Freudian album, I'm always gonna speak.
It's a modern day classic.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I got put onto some kind of new music. It's from an artist. You guys might know them, Venna.
Yeah. No, I don't know that.
Songs Tam Tam, and like it's kind of, I don't know how to explain it, but it's like R&B. I don't know, alternative type of R&B.
Okay.
It's giving like summer vibes.
Where are they from?
I think they're American.
Okay.
Yeah. But I got put onto this song and I'm really loving that kind of type.
Is this a person, a group?
It's a person.
So the person
Venna, the Sun, Moon and Herbs Donny.
Yeah.
Hard, cold.
Yeah?
Yeah, he's cold.
I just got put onto him and like Destin Conrad and
we love Destin over here.
There's someone else as well, Isaiah Rashad. So this is a kind of
I know what kind of vibe you're going for.
Yeah.
the kind of vibes I'm feeling right now.
Yeah.
And also Pound Town.
I hear it.
Can you recite some of the lyrics for our listeners?
Do you know what? I feel like it should be a surprise for them.
Okay.
It will be.
Venna is cold.
What a difference there.
Yeah.
But
But
that's a hard left right there.
Yeah.
Pound Town.
Yeah, got to switch it up sometimes.
God damn.
Goodness me.
Ashake's back.
Yes.
Again, to Tati. So much loving it.
I think it's only missed once. There was one song he missed and we just act like we didn't hear it.
What song was that?
I've forgotten it.
Oh, wow.
He missed once. He did something a little bit different to what he usually does, and we were like, yeah, nah, bring back the vibes, innit?
Course correct.
Drake missed though, with Search and Rescue.
Horrible.
Appalling miss.
Like, this is probably like one of the few Drake Lucy's
Yeah.
that I'm just never gonna go back to.
And do you know why it feels even worse? Because I feel like it's a universal miss. Because usually people with Drake, they go, oh no, give it a week or two, you'll be banging this in the club.
Yeah.
Bro, I tried. It's getting worse.
I tried and I was like, yo, this is absolutely like, it made me want to leave the gym.
Is it a single or is it a project?
It's a single.
It's a single. It's called Search and Rescue. The talking point around it was because he used the cover with someone that looks like Kim Kardashian with like a bike helmet on, a crash helmet on, whatever. And so it's like, he's still having these little jabs at Kanye with their beef. That's for whatever reason is not stopping. So that we're expecting to hear something brazy when a song comes. I'm like, what is this?
Drake now makes music like the embassy's paid off. That's my theory.
Yeah.
He makes what?
He makes music like his home, the embassy, is paid off.
Yeah.
Oh, so you think he's no longer hungry?
Honestly, like he's done it all, and now he's just living his life.
The thing is that he had a lot of highlights in Her Loss.
Yeah.
Just as far as like maybe the bars go, right? And then to just leave that and then go and do this. And I was like, bro, man, like it's just too. The thing is that like he's at this point in his career where like he's just done too much. So now whatever he drops. And he's like, he's got like some sort of confidence where he's going to be like, there's going to be like a large amount of people that are going to stream this.
That goes right. We don't have to say that at this point with Drake anymore. I think that's also part of the problem where because I'm Drake, I can drop anything. You can. The numbers are going to make sense, but we're not feeling the song though.
We're not feeling the song, man. So
it doesn't take much for things to be counted as a stream. It's like after certain, I think it's like 20, 30 seconds, it's counted as a play. So
I hope he doesn't go outside.
I don't think he will.
Yeah.
I don't know what Doja Cat is doing right now.
She's making rap. She's a rapper.
She's working on something.
Okay.
Kate Renada just dropped.
Kate Tremine.
What song?
Kate Tremine, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Obviously Amine and Kate Renada Forever featuring Pharrell Williams. Something that is perfect for, the seasons coming.
Yeah.
The sun, you know what Kate Renada's about anyways, as far as the production goes. And Amine is, he's spitting bars on all over it, and then you got Pharrell on there. Who else dropped? Mash, we played at the beginning.
Head Back. Video should be out this Friday.
Yeah.
Produced by Slick as well, Slick Vic?
Produced by Slick Vic, friends of the show, obviously.
Absolutely. Shouts out to Vic and Mash.
Shout out to my brothers and that. And I think that's
Geordie. He's got a really good freestyle on Pink Chair Records.
Pink Chair Records
platform.
Shout out to Pink Chair Records. Gonna reach out to them soon.
Yeah, can definitely do that.
But
Geordie's cold.
Yeah, Geordie is cold, man. Like he's someone that like I think in the UK space as far as rap goes, like we should be paying attention to a lot more because he's got a lot to offer and he's super talented, man.
He's doing his thing. But I'm happy to leave this there.
Yeah.
We've all got homes to go to. It's getting late.